contemplating all of my goals. Look, will I fold or will I chase them? I got adversity, two options. I can handle it purposefully or I can let it. Gun up for war, point out the target, show me the giants. Hold your applause, just getting started, sending the lions. Ambition ain't for the weak, I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready
but
for
I'll
me?
find a way, with or without you. Oh, you try to make me stay. No, there's nothing you can say, but I'll find a way.
Now I ain't looking for handouts, I'm looking to stand out. Got the vision coming, watch how it pans out. I've been writing my plans down, trying to stay focused, put out the notice. Who the GOAT is, me hands down. Yeah, no time for arguments, I cut out the politics, no. It's all my competence, I could cause your apocalypse. Ambition, it ain't for the weak, get it even when I sleep. Ready and willing, what you ready
but
to
I'll
say?
find a way, with or without you. Oh, you try to make me stay. No, there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way.
The Barnstormers TV pre-show is presented by Great Lakes Gymnastics, the #1 Chatham gymnastics facility, and by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. And now, from Fergie Jenkins Field in Chatham, Ontario, Barnstormers TV.
Introducing our Barnstormer fan to Andy Groening, who's just joined the squad. Let's give him a big Barnstormer welcome. Andy, born and raised in Wenham, Ontario, joins this Barnstormer squad as a hometown boy. What does it mean to you, Andy, to be joining this Barnstormers team here in Chatham-Kent?
Feels great, you know. I seen them play last year, and I always wanted to play in a higher ball, so here I am now, and it feels great. Excited to play. Excited to play every team in here, and ready to go every game.
It's going to be a great night, Andy, hosting the London Majors for the last time of the season at Fergie Jenkins Field. The boys, of course, lots of ball left to play between now and the end of the regular season. You know, postseason kind of looming over here. Is that vibe starting to kind of shift in the clubhouse as you guys start to think about that?
Oh yeah, you know, chemistry's always good in the clubhouse. Everybody has fun, and you know, I don't think postseason does anything any bad energy. It's always good energy in the clubhouse, you know?
That's awesome, Andy. And one more question before we let you go and get ready for this game, my man. You're a new guy here with the squad. Any nicknames coming your way yet?
I mean, growing up, it's always be AG or Big A. Big AG, Big Andy. That's everything.
I love it. Big Andy. Let's give him a big Barnstormers welcome one more time. Andy Groening, everybody. Let's go Barnstormers.
Welcome to the Barnstormers pregame show, brought to you by Great Lakes Gymnastics, where every day feels like a celebration. There's Andy Groening, one of the new Barnstormers who we're going to see here tonight. Not in the lineup to start tonight, but we're going to see some pictures, and we'll talk about over and really break down what happened at the signing deadline here in the IBL. It is the London Majors versus the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. We'll get it for you here in just a few minutes, but first, it's Hall of Fame night here tonight. We're going to see a Hall of Famer, Fergie Jenkins, talking with Alana Wills.
Here with the one and only Fergie Jenkins. I should say Dr. Fergie Jenkins. I was looking back at the notes. It's been 1 year, almost to the date, that you got your honorary doctorate. Have you used that medical training in any way?
Not really. No, I haven't done it. No. Every so often, somebody will say, well, you got an award in Hamilton, and then you got another award, Brock University. And I said, well, I'm not sure if I'm a doctor or not.
Hopefully never calls on you
No,
when you're on an airplane or anything like that. So it's always fun and always exciting to have you back here in Chatham-Kent. Is there anything you most look forward to when you get to come home?
Well, I like to see the kids. And my kids are still, all 3 daughters are living here. And my first wife, Kathy, she lives here. But it's always good to come home and good buddy of mine, Billy Atkinson. He's on the wall over there. We lived in the same street, Adelaide Street, for I don't know how many years before I signed. And then he signed right after me about 7 or 8 years later.
It's so funny. I love there's kind of this trifecta. You got Bill, you got Doug Melvin, you've got you of like baseball legends right here in Chatham-Kent, right?
Yes. Well, this is a great sport town. When I grew up, hockey was a very popular sport with the Maroons. And then they had figure skating. I think there's quite a few young ladies won awards for Olympics here. And then football players. John McGregor was a big school for football, and then CKSS later on. But I think baseball probably won out because of the fact that 3 professional athletes come from Chatham.
It's so exciting. So going back to, I was talking about you getting your honorary doctorate, these honors you've gotten. You obviously have the field here named after you. You got beer named after you, inductions into Hall of Fames. Is there anything that sticks out to you, or one of those moments where you're like, I can't believe they're doing all this for little old me?
Well, when I signed at 18 years old, I had to learn how to be a professional athlete. And as I progressed in the minor leagues and then got to the big leagues, winning was the most important thing that really started things for me with the Philly organization, and then Chicago, Texas, Boston. But winning got you those awards, or that notification, or the notoriety, which you can, when you look back, if it wasn't for sports, I wouldn't have got it.
There you go. On the flip side of that, is there anything you haven't, I guess, been honored with yet or accomplished that's still on your bucket list, Fergie?
Well, I'm an avid fisherman and a hunter.
Okay.
And I've won golf awards. I not had a hole-in-one, but I've been close.
Okay.
But
up with that.
Fishing awards, I've done some with Red Fisher, used to live here in Chatham, and hunting up north, things like that. But I mean, just that life has been really good, so I can't complain.
It's been fun for sure. And of course, we're here with the Barnstormers. You have a history with the IBL, 2 seasons with the London Majors. Talk a little bit about the how and why you went to the IBL when your Majors career wrapped up.
Well, when I retired, I just turned 40, and I got notification from the owner of the London team, would you like to come and be a part of the ball club? And he had other professional athletes there. So I said, well, I'd have to drive all the way from Blenheim to London all the time. But I did it the first couple of times with workouts. So it wasn't that far, 60 minutes. Then I went with Frank Horak and Mike Steele. They helped me drive back and forth. Because the games a lot of times started at 7 o'clock and they're not over until like 11 o'clock. Then you got to drive all the way back in the dark. So I had buddies that really helped me with that situation. But it was fun going there. And I got a chance to play first base if I didn't pitch. And I got some hits from time to time. So that was a fun part of being a part of the team. And one year, I think we were second. Another year, I think we were tied for first place, and we got beat out by Toronto.
Well, now we have our own IBL team here in Chatham-Kent, your hometown. Always a pleasure to have you here, and thank you for your involvement in the team, too.
Well, it's good to come back, and I'm happy that Chatham has got that support. The Barnstormers are, I think, a team's on the future because of the fact that they played so good last year. So I know they're looking forward to playing better this year.
Yeah, they got your magic touch.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the biggest thing is, with the organization and all the sponsors they have here, I think that's really brought the fans out. Fans like to see baseball in the summer, and I think that's what's going to happen. But you get some good imports, who knows where the team's going to go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Fergie.
Pleasure.
I always appreciate the time.
Pre-game show, Barnstormers and the London Majors here tonight. First pitch underway. The Majors coming to town for the second time in a week. They're 21-12 in the season, tied for second, trailing the Welland Jackfish, who lead the IBL. And the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, 17-15, fourth overall. Both teams have secured a playoff spot, and now they have got their lineups all set, ready to go here as we make our way down to the final few weeks of the season. Let's take a look at your starting lineups. We'll start with the visitors. Francisco Fajardo, their shortstop, the former Blue Jays farmhand, will start up the middle for the Majors here tonight. Kyle Maves, who wasn't in the lineup last Tuesday, he'll get the start at second. Eduardo Dololio, who hit a home run, who just kind of flipped it over the right field fence, and that was all that stood for quite a while in that game last Tuesday. Byron Reitstein is the designated hitter. Tyler Zudunik is the first baseman tonight. Champ Garner in left. Toby Simmons, the strong center fielder, up the middle for the Majors. He moves down the lineup. Josh Niles over at third base. Ken Sugi, the right fielder, will meet the pitcher here in just a couple minutes. Barnstormers going with all-star Evan Morrison at second, Spencer Marcus at center, Mitsuki Fukuda back at catch tonight. There's your top three. Yoshinoda, who has been hot lately, starts in the cleanup spot in left. Sadler Goodwin, good glove, has had a decent bat here this season in the fifth hole. Braxton Haggett, the designated hitter. Trent Sillett over at first. Owen Constantino starts in right, and Torn Vasilenic at third base tonight. Your starting pitchers tonight for the London Majors will be Nate Bennett. He'll get the call. His first start of the season. 3.11 is his ERA. But if you look at the strikeouts, in 8 2/3 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts, 4 walks. He comes with the heat. No one-loss record on the season for Bennett. And Mizuki Akatsuka, the lefty and the righty, for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, will throw with both hands. He is the ace from Gifu, Japan, 5'10", 170 pounds. He's 3-4 on the season, 5.07 ERA. All 11 games have been starts for him. He has given up 18 home runs, which is most in the Barnstormers staff, but everything else he leads in as well. 78 innings pitched, 61 Ks, 16 walks, and is the leader, as we said, in that innings pitched. He's got 30 more than the next closest guy in the Barnstormers. He is your ace of the staff here tonight, and if we're starting the playoff, Akatsuka will be the Game 1 starter. Ed Myers, the keys to success tonight as we see the London Majors in town for the second time in a week.
Well, we've been talking about lots of things today. If you haven't heard or noticed, we have a lot of new players in the lineup, beating the deadline, which was midnight last night, and a few shuffles in our lineup are bound to occur over the next few days. This is our last home game in July, and as we hit August, I believe there'll be 9 games left in August, and it's kind of curious to see who's going to fit in what position and go from here.
Barnstormers with that signing deadline last night add 5 players to the roster. Let's take a look at who has been welcomed to the Barnstormers. The last one there on the left is Victor Plaz, who is a former London Major who gets, he's not in the lineup. He's actually not in town yet, but he will roll in this weekend. He will be a big help solidifying that third base hole, and good bat in the lineup. And then we look at some arms, and you really can't have enough arms, can you, Ed? And that's really the secret here in the IBL. Gaku Ueda is a relief pitcher, Gregor Farquharson and Mike DeLong. 3 new arms to add to the repertoire for manager Gil Rodon.
I think what happened during our last 10 games, where we had a little bit of a dip in our performance, the pitching gave way. It was just too much demand on the young arms, and with the number of games that we played, we really started to hurt with the pitching depth, and it looks like that's been taken care of with those all the transactions that took place in the last few days. And again, we'll have to wait and see. It won't be long to find out.
Well, think about it, Ed. Thursday is the Major League Baseball trade deadline, and what is every Major League team looking for? They're looking for arms. Everybody needs more arms. You just cannot have enough.
No, that's true.
Have you gotten any calls?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
They haven't dug that deep yet.
Stay by your phone, though. There's desperation out there.
No, that's true. Every team is looking for additional pitching. You can never have enough pitching, and you get a few injuries and a couple of tired arms, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and you certainly see it here at this level when you go into a 3-game weekend like they will this weekend. You got to have that depth to go the distance. Saw the umpires there. They're meeting with Roop Chanderdat, who is on the right side of your screen, and Gil Rondon. They'll call the game here tonight. Here's the forecast. It's warm again. A good thing we got the air conditioning on, Ed?
Just delightful.
Yeah, it is hot. We don't have the air conditioning. We're in the microwave here up above the home plate area. But it will cool off as the night goes on. We don't have any breeze here at the Diamond tonight, but we will get this one in, and a good crowd here on a Tuesday night at the Fergie Jenkins Field, which is All-Star, or it's a Hall of Fame night tonight, and we'll certainly talk about that as the night goes on. Top 4 teams there, including the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, have made themselves their way into the playoffs. Hamilton Cardinals in there as well. Welland Jackfish are the top team, 24-10, and everyone's kind of chasing them. Majors are 2.5 behind. The Barnstormers in a bit of a skid here, so the Majors have gone 7-3 in their last 10. The Barnstormers have gone exactly opposite, 3-7. And kind of found themselves right there in the middle of the IBL standings, tied with the Hamilton Cardinals. This is what would look like if the playoffs began here today. It would be the Barnstormers and the Hamilton Cardinals who have made some management changes, some player movement, and that would be a tough first-round series. But that's what it would look like as of right now in the Dominico Cup, coming up here in just a few weeks in the IBL. Hard to believe that we're already this far along. London on a 2-game winning streak. They're 10-6 on the road. The Barnstormers coming off a loss. They're 3-7 in their last 10, 9-7 at home. 23 errors for the Barnstormers in their last 12 games. We've talked about this here recently, and you get into these dog days of summer, these hot, heavy days, and you get some pitching issues, you're going to have your defense back in their heels. And I think that's what we've seen here in the last 12 games when it comes to the Barnstormers.
We have.
Defensive.
We've seen some few mental mistakes that go with it, and part of the problem too is we've had some absenteeism with work commitments and this, that, the other thing, injuries. And so we've had a lot of players shuffling around. And hopefully with the additional players, we can solidify the infield and go from there.
Last Tuesday, it was the Barnstormers and the Majors, so we go back-to-back weeks. Last week was just a dazzling performance by both sides. Victor Payano got the win, went 7 innings, struck out 7 for the London Majors. Aiden Ryan was masterful for the Barnstormers. He also went 7 innings with 7 Ks. Skylar Janice came in, allowed just got the save, and he was in and out, and it was a tidy little game for the Majors. Edward DeOlio had a first-inning home run. Spencer Marcus went 3 for 4 with an RBI. There's a look at Evan Morrison, the Barnstormers all-star second baseman, who's only got a couple more weeks with the team, Ed. This is one of those players that will be moving on to his college season here, and will be leaving the team just prior to the playoffs.
Yep, and that's going to be a big factor. Now, I even Googled the distance from Grand Rapids to Detroit. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes. Maybe we could volunteer to pick him up at the bridge or something if there's an opportunity for him to be home on a weekend. It's hard to say what his commitments would be once he gets there. Every university is different.
Yeah.
Therefore, we won't know.
Braxton Haggett's another player that will be gone in that final weekend for the Barnstormers. So that's just the way it works when you got those college players. Like you said, every college is different. Nate Bennett will get the start tonight for the London Majors. Misuki Akatsuka, who will just make his 4th appearance this year at Fergie Jenkins Field, will get the start for the Barnstormers. At home, Akatsuka is 1-2, 21 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, and 8 runs allowed, and 8 of them earned. He's got a 3.43 ERA on the home mound here at Fergie Jenkins Field. And the story about Akatsuka is he can pitch with both hands, and he will do that as the game goes on. We're ready for the Majors and the Barnstormers on a Tuesday night at Fergie Jenkins Field. We'll get our anthem here, and we'll get to first pitch and some IBL baseball action on Barnstormers TV. The pregame show is brought to you by Great Lakes Gymnastics, where every day feels like a celebration.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you're able, we ask you to rise, remove your caps, and direct your attention to the Canadian flag located in center field for the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by Callie Miller.
Anthem's in the books. We're ready for some baseball, some barn ball here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Fergie Jenkins Field, the home for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers here. Barnstormers 9-7 on the home turf. And it will be Mitsuki Akatsuka getting the start tonight from Gifu, Japan. 5'10", 170 pounds. He is the ace of the staff. He can go right, he can go left. He's 3-4 in the season, a 5.07 ERA. All 11 games have been starts. 78 innings pitched, leads the Barnstormers. 61 strikeouts, 16 walks. 18 home runs allowed. That has been his Achilles heel this year, is keeping that ball in the ballpark. His last game, July 23rd at Toronto, went 8 innings, 4 runs, 4 earned, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. For the ace of the staff, Mitsuki Akatsuka. We can look at the Barnstormers' defensive lineup here tonight as they get set to go. Across the outfield, Yushinoda, Spencer Marcus, Owen Constantino from left to right. And around the infield, Torrin Vasilenic back at third. Sadler Goodwin, that sure-handed shortstop. Evan Morrison, who made a decisive error in last Tuesday's game, which led to the game-winning run. And Trent Sillett, the first baseman. Mitsuki Fukuda back at catcher here tonight. And that Japanese connection for the Barnstormers has certainly come a long way. It's not only here in the battery tonight, Ed, but in some of the pickups they've made here over the last 24 or 48 hours.
And we've talked about that earlier in other games about once you get 1 or 2 players from a certain area, country, this one is, they tend to go back to the well and say, well, who do you know who's played well or you played with? And there might be some connection, although I don't know. But Japan's a big country, and but we certainly have our share of people with Japanese origin and or experience playing ball.
Talked to President Dom Donnell this morning on the radio, and he was saying, it's testament to the program and the players that have come in here from Japan that do go and share their experiences and share that experiences with friends and buddies back at home who now know that the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers is a good place to land if you want to play some high-level baseball. From Gifu, Japan, Akatsuka. I'm telling you, Ed, I haven't had the chance to see him yet, just on video.
Yeah, no, he hasn't pitched at home much.
This
early
is
on,
just his 4th home game.
Yeah, it just worked out that he seems to pitch during the week. Tuesday night games, Friday night games away.
He's played three games at home, 1 and 2, and he's gone 7 innings in each of them. He will eat up some innings into the Barnstormers need. Francesco Fajardo, the shortstop. Kyle Maves, the second baseman, and Eduardo Dolio will be the 1-2-3 batters to start the game off here tonight. Akatsuka will go lefty against Fajardo, and we are underway at Fergie Jenkins Field. Fajardo's going to test out Sillett early. He'll drop one down the line, and he's going to hustle. Constantino gets there first and gets it in quickly, and that gets to second baseman. Fajardo only can move to first, and it's the first hit of the night on the very first pitch.
Constantino made a good play on that, moving to his left and cutting in the ball off and holding the runner to a single. He's a first baseman by trade. I don't know how much he's played in the outfield. This is the second time we've seen him in the outfield. So did a good job.
And that short portion right, Constantino got there quickly and got that ball in. Kyle Maves, the second baseman. Goes back to righty this time, squares to bunt. Fukuda pops up, no movement from the first base runner. Well, it's interesting, and I know there's fans that are watching like myself who have never personally witnessed a switch pitcher. So he went lefty on lefty versus Fajardo. He goes righty versus lefty on Maves. To the middle. Chopped, couple 2 hops to Goodwin. He'll turn 2. And that erases the base hits.
Well, that took care of that.
Just what you wanted, right?
Not a lot of pitches so far. Now, you're talking about his righty-lefty switch pitching. I was under the impression when he started that every left-handed batter, he would be throwing left-handed and the opposite, of course, with right. But that's not the case. And I don't know what factor he uses to decide whether he throws right or left, but it's not the righty on righty thing at all.
Dolio. Last week, Barnstormers quick 2 outs in the first, and then he just popped one to right. We were counted as a third out, and Constantino just kept backing up before it landed on the fieldhouse roof, and the Majors were up 1-0. A first inning home run last week for the catcher, and he starts again here tonight in the 3-hole.
Big, strong guy in that batter's box. scare a lot of pitchers, I know. Just see him taking stance.
They've added another catcher, too. Rafael Pelche is a player, and I'm not sure he's with the team here yet with the London Majors, but he's a left-handed catcher. And he got out in front of that one. Ahead in the count 1-2. But Pelche will be a good play left. They could DH one. Pelche played some time in the Texas Rangers organization, but he was a pickup for the Majors just prior to the signing deadline. Richstein waits on deck. 1-2 the count. Outside, he'll get him. And out of the inning, Barnstormers set him down 1-2-3. Strikeout for Scott Curry, TD Wealth Financial Planner. Whether you are planning for retirement or starting a new business, Scott is here to help guide you every step of the way. More barn ball coming from Fergie Jenkins Field.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
At Great Lakes Gymnastics, it all starts with our state-of-the-art 12,000-square-foot facility, built to inspire movement, confidence, and growth. From preschool to recreational classes, our programs are safe, structured, and designed to help every child thrive. For athletes with big goals, our competitive team trains year-round with experienced coaches and competes across Ontario. Whether you're just getting started or aiming for the podium, Great Lakes Gymnastics is where greatness begins.
Barnstormers TV brought to you by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. The Majors take the field after going down 1-2-3, and the Barnstormers with the sticks. Champ Gunner in left, Toby Simmons in center, and Ken Sugi in right field. Josh Niles around the infield. Francisco Fajardo, the former Blue Jay farmhand, up the middle with Kyle Maves at second, and Tucker Zadunik, the big first baseman. Eduardo Delolio, who just watched strike three to end the first, catching Nate Bennett, who gets the start here tonight. Nate from London, just 20 years old, 6'3", 205 pounds. 9 games this year, none of them starts. This is his first start. Roop Chanderdat says this will be a bullpen game. I hope to get a couple of innings out of him. Nate's got a save under his belt this year. Goes to Niagara University. Last pitch, July 21st versus Kitchener. 1 inning, 1 run allowed, 2 hits, 1 strikeout for the starter tonight, Nate Bennett. Evan Morrison to lead off for the Barnstormers, and his .398 average leads the Barnstormers. And you see Niles creeping in on the third base side, wondering if maybe he'll drop down a bunt. Majors down 1-2-3 in the first. Quick tidy inning from Akatsuka. Bennett goes to work here, and a hard chop at that one. Fouled it right back at us. The Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame is in attendance here tonight. They're making their way around. Just talking to Scott Crawford. They'll be at 7 of 9 IBL teams this year. Swinging away, Bennett in the zone for Morrison.
I think it's interesting that we have 2 Chathamites who are members of the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Fergie Jenkins and Doug Melvin.
Scott's going to join us coming up a little bit later on in the game tonight. Bennett on your left, Morrison on your right. And the shot from center field here at Fergie Jenkins Field. He wastes one high and away. Another good crowd tonight, Ed, here at Fergie Field.
So good.
You know, Tuesday night, middle of the summer. Spend the night with us here at Fergie Field. And if not, thanks for tuning in on the YouTube or wherever you're watching here tonight. As Morrison will lift one to center, right at Toby Simmons, and he's under that for the first out of the game for the Barnstormers. And we are keeping an eye on the YouTube feed, on the chat. If you're joining us here at the Diamond, I know some people tune in to see the replays. I know they watch out in the bullpen too, Ed. So Get a better view from the YouTube
Yeah, I'm
feed.
sure there's some blind spots out there looking back in.
Spencer Marcus up there swinging away.
But Sadler Goodwin's parents last week, and they're promising to join us on the chat line someday soon. So Jeff and Lisa.
We'll keep an eye for them. Outside, first called strike here. The Barnstormers gone up hacking.
2 Niagara University affiliates. Spencer Marcus graduating from there. And Bennett attending there, apparently.
Ahead in the count, 0-2 to Marcus. Throws hard outside. All 1-1-2.
Mentioning there's a good opportunity for Ontario students to attend Niagara University, get in the Teachers College in Buffalo because it's accepted in Ontario. It's a good course if you are interested in education.
Marcus rolls one over to shortstop. Fajardo circles it, throws it over to Zdunek. And the second out recorded the inning. Just to finish that thought, that's the way Marcus went about his career too. Went there, got his teaching.
Yep. Came back and he got on a supply list, and it's been supply teaching for a couple of years in Chatham.
Now spends his summer playing some baseball.
Yep.
Facundo the catcher now for the Barnstormers. Off-speed pitch will drop it in for a strike.
I think his parents have perfect attendance as well. I've seen them at every game. Spencer's.
It's here to show their support. Facundo on a 15-game on-base streak. A .451 on-base percentage for the Barnstormers catcher. Been a lot of designated hitter duty here in the last few weeks. 1-1 the count to the third hole hitter. Swinging away.
Could have had a few foul tips and was bruised and banged up for a week or 10 days. Was having trouble getting around. That was contributed to the DH assignment.
I think it'd be easier if you just told us when the catcher wasn't bruised and battered.
Goes with the territory for sure.
1-2 the count. A foul off will spoil that pitch.
The tools of ignorance, so-called, if you want to be a catcher.
Yeah.
And how many people do you know who catch and play goal as well in hockey?
It's a mindset. I mean, you know what they say about each of those positions, right?
I know several people I grew up with are catchers and goalies.
That one low. That says a lot about you, Ed, more than them, doesn't it?
Yeah.
2-2 the count, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Bennett gets his sign. And that one low. He's going to push the count full, 3-2.
One of the guys I grew up with was Keith Chandler. I don't know if you know him or not, but he and I are the same age, played ball, hockey together, catcher, goalie. His whole life.
It makes sense then, right? Bennett to the plate. And Facundo on a line to Fajardo. And 1-2-3, both sides go down. We're out of the first, no score. Second inning coming up on Barnstormers TV.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance?
Not today. Play ball.
Hey Barnstormer fans, want to win a $50 gas card just for cheering on your favorite team? Grab your phone right now and snap a selfie of you and your family and friends watching Barnstormers TV. Follow and tag at CK Barnstormers and Kent Essex Mutual Insurance at KE Mutual on Instagram. You need both tags and follows to qualify for the selfie contest at CK Barnstormers and at KE Mutual. Share your selfie before the end of the game for a chance to win a $50 gas card. Second inning work, ready to go here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers TV, brought to you by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Chris McLeod along with Ed Myers in the booth here tonight. Back-to-back Tuesdays versus the London Majors. And much like last week, we started off quickly with a couple of quick innings. Majors had scored first last week. This week we got out of a double play, and Barnstormers go down 1-2-3 to get things rolling here tonight. Remember last Tuesday they had some mound issues. Remember they had to do some work?
It was funny, a combination of both teams, guys, and all took a turn at the rake and shovel and some dry turf is what they call it, the absorbent material. And they got it going anyway. Both pitchers were having trouble with the mound.
Yeah, Aiden Ryan wasn't comfortable in the first few batters. He got himself settled in though. It's to the batter now. The designated hitter, the cleanup hitter, Farouk Chandadat, the London Majors. And he'll take strike one. Both pitchers working quickly. They know I have a curfew tonight, Ed, so they're
you demanded it. It's more of a condition of work, isn't it, to be out of here so you can get a decent sleep? And
it never fails, though. It's
you do have some long games, the ones you do.
Well, last week was a nice, quick Tuesday nighter. Let's see how tonight goes.
Is that a trend?
Lefty on lefty with Akatsuka on the mound. Off-speed pitch. We got a second strikeout quickly here in the beginning of the second inning. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Akatsuka.
Was it a London game last year that we went so long?
I think it was like a 24-20 game.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
We got out of here about 11:30. I know you were thinking of going to work.
Straight to work.
Rather than home.
Zadunik pumps one into left center. Coming over to track it down is Spencer Marcus. One pitch, second out now of the inning. A lot of London fans in attendance again. Those that are watching on the YouTube, we welcome you. And I see just the only game in the IBL tonight. So seeing some people chime in here. Oh, Sadler's parents are on. Loved our time in Chatham. Went too fast. Loved meeting everyone. Yeah, Lisa, hope you had a good time here.
Nice people to talk with. They're very supportive of Sadler and the Barnstormers.
Back down in Tennessee.
They came to Mike's after the game and met some more people.
They've seen all they needed to see then in Chatham-Kent, right?
Yes.
Got Jason, who's a Leafs fan, tuning in from Grimsby, a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Yeah, a couple of Majors fans chirping on the... Not chirping, I shouldn't say that. I should say joining into the conversation. No, we appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of the broadcast here tonight. Keep an eye on that as the night goes. If you have any questions, you can jump in. Akatsuka ahead quickly in the count, 0-2. Champ Garner outside corner. 3 strikeouts through 2 innings for Akatsuka. And he's humming and dealing early on. It's no score. Bottom of the second coming up on Barnstormers TV.
Whether personal, agricultural, or commercial, Inyo Pest Advisors are here. Inyo. Bigger than bugs.
Anything you want.
Everybody say.
Hard-line drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution. The Rev 1X by Rollins.
Looking for a fun, active way to keep your kids moving? At Great Lakes Gymnastics, our recreational classes are all about building strength, coordination, and confidence, all while having a blast. And when it's time to celebrate, we throw birthday parties kids will never forget, packed with games, gymnastics, and tons of smiles. In our safe, state-of-the-art facility, every child gets the chance to shine. Join the fun at Great Lakes Gymnastics, where every day feels like a celebration.
Bottom of the second here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Nate Bennett, whose longest outing this season has been 2 innings. He's been out of the bullpen this year, Ed.
So as well.
He has. He's been around the plate, 15 pitches in the first inning.
Certainly slings the ball, not laboring with his delivery.
This will be his 10th game of the season. His first game started, so a different mentality. Obviously, he started at different times. Still a young man, but your first start of the year. He's now getting some attention over at the mound from the third base umpire. We got another problem with the mound here?
Looks like brought it upon ourselves.
Oh, no, it looks like the rosin bag is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a big issue these days, rosin bags.
Umpires for tonight's game. Jeff Stollard is the home plate umpire. Stephen Gomes at first. And John Thompson was the third base umpire out there discussing with Bennett. Shinoda, Sadler Goodwin, and Braxton Haggett. The batters 2 up here in the bottom of the second. No score through an inning and a half. And Shinoda has been hot lately, Ed.
He certainly has been the last 10 games, hitting .321, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Pretty good 10-game stretch.
Versatile, too. Swiss Army knife for.
Yeah. Pretty much can play anything or anywhere.
Opposite straight up on the infield. Josh Niles coming over in front of the dugout, still drifting over, and that's going to get up and out of play. A little help getting out. Yushin, a catcher, a third baseman. He's played left field tonight.
Like on my, and like normally, I know in the past we've seen.
Hit a home run in Welland that I think is just about ready to land. He crushed one.
Yeah.
4 home runs on the season for Oda, the cleanup hitter tonight for Gil Rondon. Outside, 2-1.
But I'm not seeing that this time around. But are you seeing anything like dropouts or anything like that?
Another pitch high, falls behind, 3-1.
Those flags are absolutely still out there at the scoreboard.
Outside, he'll lose him. Oh, he will not. That'll be a strike. Jeff Stoller, the umpire, gives them that outside corner. I got a little ahead of myself there. As did Oda. Started to make the way down to first. That goes full now to the cleanup hitter. Leadoff batter in the bottom of the second. And Oda will pop one to the right side. It's going to drift towards the fence up into the Ed Myers Pavilion.
Go down there and see if everybody's okay.
I think they're all right. Everyone looks to be all right. So here in the last 2-3 weeks now, those stands have been added up to just over between 14 and 1,500 fans now for attendance at the Barnstormers game.
It's a nice addition. It ties the first baseline together with the left side.
Full count pitch again from Bennett to Oda. Inside, this time we'll lose him. And a walk will be recorded. And the first base runner of the night for the Barnstormers. Majors had the leadoff batter get on, and he got to first and quickly erased on a double play the very next pitch. So the Barnstormers will get some movement now, and Sadler Goodwin will come to the plate. Shortstop for the Barnstormers in his second season. Some good pop, batting .250 up the middle of the diamond. That one slipped down a
Left
Bennett's
that one
hand.
up, yep. You can see it just come flying out the top.
Reaches down for that rosin. Oda gets a short lead off of first. A hole on the right side of the diamond. Fajardo plays close to the bag along with Maves up the middle for the majors. Good one in front of that one, 1-1.
Pulled the string on that one. Nice, good pitch.
Zadunik, the first baseman, will hold the runner on. Barnstormers 4th overall in the league with a .273 team batting average. Quick throw to first. Oda dives back. Majors are 3rd overall in team ERA at .404. Their .950 fielding percentage, though, Ed, is worst in the IBL.
That doesn't jive.
No, it doesn't.
With the record.
Majors tied for 2nd. The Barnstormers coming in 4th. Outside corner, no call. It's 2-1. As we said, Bennett's longest outing this season has been 2 innings. He's coming off a 1-inning performance last week. It's a different mentality when you got to come back out of the bullpen.
Trying to pace yourself and still throw hard. If you're not accustomed to pacing yourself, that's the difficult part of it.
Yeah, some of these bullpen guys, and like we said, he has started games in the past, but pitch your inning, you'll sit down, you're done. He's got to come back out, gear up once again. Push the count to 2-2 with no outs in the inning. Oda over at first. And Goodwin turns on one, drives it over Garner's head, reaching, and he's going to get back to grab it. Big catch by Champ Garner. And Oda hustles all the way back to first. He was already rounding 2nd.
Spectacular catch. Turned and sprinted and caught the ball over his shoulder.
Good athletic play by the left fielder, Champ Garner. And nice work by our camera crew to get a good shot of that.
Yeah, I thought that was over his head and gone, but
he hit it on the line too, right in the nuts. Hit it hard. Braxton Haggett designated hitter here tonight. Couple of home runs for Braxton. Glencoe native bats on the left side of the box. Oda back to first. He had a long run to get back.
He had to tag second. That's how far he was about at the shortstop when the ball was caught. He had to trace his steps back. You have to touch second when you're going back.
He had thoughts of scoring on that if it would have got over Garner's head.
On my phone, so I'm also monitoring.
Haggett swings through the high pitch, 1-1.
Haggett has been hot the last 10 games as well. He's hitting .417 after a bit of a slow start. 10 for 24 and a home run in the last 10 games. That's pretty good stats.
Yeah, he finished hot last year and then had a cold start to the season here. Overthrow back to the pitcher.
That I know where that sun is. That's right in his eyes.
Yeah.
There's a line between the pitcher, the first baseman, and the third baseman.
Yeah.
You can't see this time of the night.
You can see Bennett right now kind of putting the shield up. He says, I couldn't see that, sorry. 1-1 the count. Oda over at first, 1 out in the inning. Haggis swings to the high strike. It's 1-2.
Threw that one right by him.
Bennett can bring it. He's been around the zone. Gave up a walk here to Oda, but otherwise has been filling up the strike zone. 18 strikes to 12 balls. Oda's moving, swing and a miss. He'll go down swinging, but Oda will get second, or will he? Oda thought maybe it was a foul ball, started walking back to first. Somebody got his attention.
That'd be a dead ball.
He had to steal that twice.
Yeah. Don't know if the call was sold that well. I'm not sure if there was a signal at the home plate or not.
So first strikeout of the game for Bennett, almost turned into a double play.
Well, I think there was some confusion because of the man on first. Swing and miss. batter's out.
Yep.
And the runner can advance. And I think he thought it might have been a foul ball, and the catcher caught it. I don't know what he was thinking, to tell you the truth.
Sill up there hacking. A London native himself. Fouled it back. And if Scott Crawford's going to join us here in the third inning from the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. It's Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame night here tonight. Otis' second steal of the year's got him at second. And Sillett just checked the swing enough. Got a piece of that. Dumps it out over the first base dugout. So 0-2 the count now. The Barnstormers first baseman, who will play a lot now as the season winds down. Might see Andy Groening over there, with Victor Plaz coming in to play third base, so there will be some time split between the two positions.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Young Bennett's got his sign. 20-year-old. Heading the count 0-2. Rears back, and a good inside fastball fouled away by Sillett. Two out. Soda dancing off a second. Takes a look at Fajardo, the shortstop, who keeps sneaking in behind him to keep it close. Off-speed pitch. Sillett straight out to center. That one's drifting back all the way to the wall, and Simmons stays with it, and a fly out to get out of the inning. A walk and a stolen base, but he's left at second. No score through 2 innings of play here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers TV, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Brought to you by Cold City Bakery. So you guys are now abundant cups on this table here. You also have balloons in your hands. So you have to blow the balloons and then use the air in the balloon, slowly release it to blow over and knock over the cups. And whoever knocks over the most cups in 45 seconds is the winner. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Let's cheer 'em on, guys! Let's cheer 'em on! Oh, you guys are good. Let's see here.
She's a machine!
There's no a machine here. You're killing it, Olivia.
Oh, jeez! Oh! Oh! Yes!
Oh, Lydia's knocking off other people's now. She's amazing at this game.
Oh my God! How many seconds?
10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We gotta give it to Olivia right here. You were all awesome. And Olivia's taking home a Maple City Bakery gift card.
Can you guys help with the cookies?
Me too.
I'll go with it. I'll put it on.
Barnstormers TV brought to you by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance. Top of 3 now, no score. And Akatsuka is back on the mound. Scott Crawford joins us from the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. The Director of Operations is here. It is Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame night at Fergie Jenkins Field. You've been touring around to all the different fields in the IBL. You're going to make it to 7 out of 9 this year, correct, Scott?
Yep. We almost hit 100%.
How many baseball games do you catch a year?
A lot.
A lot. Tough job, eh? You gotta love it.
Yeah, it's baseball is the best sport in the world, so I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Scott's going to join us here this inning as Toby Simmons, who just made that long run and catch in center field to get the majors out of the inning. Akatsuka will drop in a strike to start him off. Chatham-Kent home to two Canadian Baseball Hall of Famers. And we've had them both in the booth here this year. Fergie Jenkins and Doug Melvin.
Nice. Two great people.
Akatsuka again. Fouled off. What do you got here tonight from the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Oh, we got some pretty cool artifacts from the 2025 class of Hall of Famers, and then we got some. The favorite things are the old gloves. People love to look at old gloves, and so we have a stock in our collection, and people can actually pick these gloves up and try them on.
I was down there, Ed, and somebody said Greg Kemble's glove was there.
Yes.
So, Craig, I know
Old
you're out
player,
there.
old glove.
Yeah, you're out there in the bullpen. Somebody was chirping you pretty hard.
I could have brought some of my old ones.
What a play by
They would fit.
Akatsuka. Don't know if he caught that in the fly or not, but he'll finish the out. A line out back to the pitcher.
I had the pleasure of attending the induction of Doug Melvin in St. Mary's. I'm not sure what year that was. 10 years ago?
Yeah, 2012. Yeah.
12, okay. 13.
Yep.
It was really good. Rusty Staub was inducted that day, and it was a very well-attended function and very enjoyable.
Oh, yeah. Doug's one of our favorites, and he comes back a lot because he's still got family and friends in the area, obviously.
Yeah. I coached Doug and taught him in high school, and I know the family. So it was really thrilling for me to see him receive that honor.
The day of the induction this year, we had a Toronto Maple Leafs game here, and it was Fergie Jenkins' night. Rob Butler was running late because he didn't want to miss dinner, who is the manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Fergie had to come and talk about winning the golf tournament. So,
yeah, we had that golf tournament the day before, and Fergie's team did very, very well this year.
We heard all about it.
I believe it.
I heard all about it. 0-2 the count to Josh Niles, the third baseman. Of course, the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame located in St. Mary's, Ontario. Summer, you're looking for a road trip. What are we, about an hour and a half away?
Yep.
Door to door, yeah?
Yep, easy drive just north of London. So it's a quick, easy drive to come to St. Mary's, and we've got lots of exciting things going on in the town and at the Hall of Fame.
And what are the hours for the Baseball Hall of Fame for those that would, like to check it out maybe sometime?
Yeah, right to the end of August. We're 7 days a week from 10 to 5, so you got lots of opportunities. And then in the fall, we're just on the weekends from 10 to 5, so it cuts it down a little bit, but still come check us out.
Yeah, a lot of good things. I follow all the social media, always some stuff going on there. And the inductees this year, Jose Batista, correct?
Yep.
Jose Batista, who else went in this year?
Eric Bedard, the lefty from Ottawa. Greg Hamilton, who runs all the Baseball Canada programs. And then a couple people passed away. Amanda Assay, who pitched for the women's national team. Arlene Noga, who played baseball back for the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. And we can't forget our Expos. Jerry Snyder, who was a counselor in Montreal, started really put a plug in for the Expos in the mid-'60s.
No shortage of options, is there?
No, never are.
1-1 the count here. Ninth hitter. This is Ken Sugi, the right fielder. Heading the count 1-2. Akatsuka pitches left-handed and right-handed. How many times have you seen that?
Well, none live, so I hope he does it tonight.
He has a couple times. He's gone.
He switches.
All strikes. Yeah, 4 pitches from the left side tonight. So
he's got a glove that he just switches from right to left hand. He does it really quickly. You got to watch him.
Does he have to do per hitter?
Per hitter.
Yeah.
Can't switch in the middle of a batter. You have to declare.
Well, that's very unique.
It is.
Should get his glove for our museum.
There you go. It is. We had it up here one night. It's an odd glove for sure. Akatsuka ahead again. 2-2. Sugi to right field. Constantino gets there. Can you stick around another half inning? Yep. Scott Crawford with us from the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Barnstormers go up 9, down at 9, and we go to the bottom of the third on Barnstormers TV.
Baseball is filled with ups and downs. Maybe that's what makes it so great. The long grind, the off-season, battling through injuries, hitting slumps, rain delays, and bad calls. The hard 90 way is never giving up. Going 0 for 3, then getting the game-winning hit in the championship game. This is why we grind. You need gear that battles through with you. Gear that's as tough as you and won't let you down. It's time to go all in.
Hard 90.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
Barnstormers TV is presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Nate Bennett is coming out for his third inning of work. His first out will make it the longest outing of his season. The bullpen game today for Roop Chanderdat. Looks like they do have some movement in that third base dugout. Scott Crawford is with us from the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, Director of Operations. It is Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame night tonight here at the game, and you made it to 7 of 9 IBL teams this summer. And you have a setup, and you go out and you get to visit the different teams. Do you have any? What's the IBL setup like? Is there much IBL artifacts at the Hall of Fame?
We don't have a lot. We're always looking for more. Yeah. So, I mean, if someone out there has something, you know, the league's over 100 years old, so we would love to gain more. We do have a few bits and pieces, and Ron Stead's in our Hall of Fame, of course, famous for his IBL years. And a lot of our guys touched the IBL in their careers, going up or down, but Ron's the main one from the IBL. It's in our hall.
Well, just a couple weeks ago, there was a donation made from Owen Boone.
Yes.
Who had a no-hitter, and they were in here just a night or two later, and we got to talk about that, but that was pretty impressive. The first time, and I want to say, was it 40 or 50 years that the IBL's had a
no-hitter? Since the early 80s, and that's the jersey's coming to our way, and
you might have to stick around a little bit. Owen Constantino's hit a bomb to right field, and there's the souvenir. The Barnstormers get on the board first and a home run in the bottom of the third. That's big for the youngster. If he can get that bat going, looks like he's going to be playing a lot with some of these holes that are coming up with some players leaving.
Big, strong guy. Came in here from Carleton in Ottawa and come with some great power credentials. He started slowly during the year, but he's getting a few more at-bats, and he's been fairly successful recently.
Third home run of the season for the Barnstormers right fielder tonight. And Torin Vasilenic will stride to the plate. High pitch, swing through the first one.
You mentioned Ron Stead. Ron Stead is a Toronto native and pitched for the Brantford Red Sox for years. He also was transferred from Unigas to Chatham, and he pitched in Chatham. I got to know Ron Stead. He lived in Chatham, and I did some pitching clinics with Ron Stead. So any of you guys who followed the Intercounty League in the 50s, 60s, 70s should know Ron Stead. He pitched for years for Brantford Red Sox.
What year did Fergie sign? 62. 62. Ed signed with the Phillies in 63.
Oh, well, there you go.
1 year.
There you go. Yep, 1 year difference.
Go empty out your basement and you can donate some stuff to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, I'd say some of those gloves I saw today come in look like my old gloves. So
people love the old gloves, right? Like try them on, and the kids are figuring out how to play catch with them. And we're like, well, yeah, that's all they had. That's how they play catch.
That's right.
Second strikeout of the night for Bennett.
The first baseman gloves look like catcher gloves. Mm-hmm. They're just sort of big donuts.
Yep.
That's the thing. We talk about the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, located in St. Mary's, Ontario. Every year, it's May is the weekend?
Usually mid-June.
Mid-June is the induction weekend. And I know we talk about it on the radio quite a bit because, I'm a ball fan and it's within an hour and a half drive. But when you get up to the Hall of Fame, for those that haven't been, obviously a lot of artifacts, but is there a chance to touch and feel, like you said, with the baseball gloves?
Yeah, there's some things we do, and mainly it's the old gloves, but it's a museum full of amazing artifacts, and we actually have 32 acres of land with 4 ball fields on it, so there's kids' games, and the CPBL plays there, and the minor ball, and you can just rent the field. Like, you call me up and you want to rent the field for the day, bring your team out, go for a ball game, have a barbecue, go for a museum tour. It's a great day, teamwork day for a team.
Maybe a good end-of-season idea for some of the coaches in the area. Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Scott Crawford's here in our booth today. Barnstormers up 1-0 with a home run from Constantino here in the bottom of the third. Nate Bennett's in for his third inning.
Still throwing hard.
It's been around the zone all night. Barnstormers have turned the lineup over. Marcus, the first ever Barnstormer signed. Grounded out 6-3 back in the first. I would offer you my scorebook for the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, but nobody could read this. It is chicken scratch.
Well, you got some colors, you got some green, you got some red, you got your black pen.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. And Ed, by the end of the night, Ed will try to look over, and I was like, it's useless. You'll never understand what's going on.
Especially the 10 batters per inning.
Oh, yeah.
That's the end of your scorebook, right?
Those scorebooks are historic, though, so you get things you got to keep. You think we got it, when the Expos left town, we got a huge collection of all their scorebooks and all their photos and things people don't think to keep, but, it's history right there, and that's actually what happened in the game, right? So you know it's accurate, and you know it's something you should keep.
How long have the Expos been out of business and moved to Washington?
They left after 2004, so it's already been 21 years, which is hard to believe.
It really is.
Another strike will pull the Barnstormer batter back, and obviously CK fans not loving that. Chatham-Kent loving the Barnstormers. Second season here, Scott, but you've seen it. We talked about a couple guys in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. It's a good baseball city.
No, it's great with Doug, and you can't forget Billy Atkinson, who played with the Expos as well, and it's great to see the crowd tonight. It's great to see the new stands down the first base line, so that's really going to add to the attendance and the fans' enjoyment of the game.
And there is a group. There is a group in Chatham-Kent that's really getting a push on for the Chatham-colored All-Stars to get in there, and I know that would be an achievement. Marcus rolls one over to Fajardo at short, long throw, and it's going to go off the first baseman's glove. He'll clunk that, and he'll get on an error over at first, and the Barnstormers keep the inning alive. When do they start talking about inductions for the next
the deadline for nominations is December 1st, and then the committee that's spread across Canada, gets all the nominations and does some voting and some talking in January, and we always announce early February.
We've got some Canadians in the majors right now. Who jumps out at you when you look at Major League rosters?
Yeah, I mean, the one that's just traded to Seattle, Josh Naylor, is a great hitter. On the West Coast, you got Nick Pivetta from British Columbia, pitcher for the Padres. You don't see or hear of him a lot because he's always during the late games, but look at his numbers. He should have been an all-star, and Matt Brash and Kate Smith and Vladdy Guerrero was born in Montreal. So there's a ton of Canadian talent out there.
Yeah, we're going to see them inducted here, I'm sure, all in the next few years, but keep an eye out for those Maple Leafs in the majors. 2-0 the count to the cleanup batter. It's Fukuda. Sorry, the third batter, Fukuda. Lined out to the shortstop.
Who got the error, Dan? First.
Bennett to the plate. Outside corner will get the call. 2-1. So you go home tonight, you'll probably watch more baseball.
Yeah, got to catch up on it. Jays had a rough one at noon today, and being the Canadian team, of course, we cheer for the Jays. But hopefully tonight they're doing a little bit better.
Yeah, last check, they were tied at 2. And Fukuda goes chasing up top of the zone. 2-2 the count.
Still 2-2.
2-2 in the sixth.
Sixth.
It's an exciting time of the year. I mean, the trade deadline's July 31st, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of movement, a lot of rumors and talk the next couple days, which could change teams drastically.
That's a fun time of the year. Not the IBL, we saw it last night being the deadline, so players firming up their rosters, and big boys doing it this week too. 2-2, 2 outs. Bennett to the plate to Fukuda. And he'll get him swinging. 3 strikeouts for Nate Bennett. Scott, we appreciate your time. The Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Go visit in St. Mary's. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame night here at the Barnstormers game. It is 1-0 through 3 innings, 3 periods. There we go. That's my Canadian showing. It's Fergie Jenkins Field, the Barnstormers baseball.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance?
Not today. Play ball.
Flip into the best summer ever at Great Lakes Gymnastics. Our PA Day, March break, and summer camps are packed with gymnastics, games, crafts, and non-stop fun, all in a safe, state-of-the-art facility. Spots are filling fast, so register today.
It's us again. Enyo Pest Advisors, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Attention business owners and marketers. Imagine your brand in front of a live, engaged audience, right here, right now. This space is the perfect opportunity to showcase your product, service, or message to viewers in real time. Whether you're looking to boost sales, build awareness, or grow your audience, we've got you covered. Don't wait. Secure your spot today.
Barnstormers TV is presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Top of 4 now here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Barnstormers lead by 1. Thanks to our friends over at Mike's Place. A little pizza inning there. Say goodbye to our friend Scott Crawford from the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, the Director of Operations. And then we have to eat like Joey Chestnut. Get it in as quick as possible. 9 up, 9 down for the Majors. We got a leadoff hit from this guy right here. Then got a double play as Akatsuka switches around to the left side and pitch to Fajardo, the shortstop. Grounded one by Sillett over at first base. But that short right field fence, Constantino hustled to it, got it in, held him to 1, and then next pitch, double play. Four strikeouts through the 3 innings for Akatsuka. Fajardo turns, threatens to bunt. That's a ball, 3-0. Down there at third for the Barnstormers. Torrin Vasilenic sneaking in. Outside, he'll lose him. Another base runner. Just the second of the night for the Majors, and it's Fajardo again. On a single and now a walk. Cal Maves. Grounded Sadler Goodwin, who touched second through to first, and they'll look to do that here again. Akatsuka will turn around and go right. If you're joining us late, Akatsuka, a switch pitcher. Well, Greg Campbell tells us he's in Alberta right now. He's not in the bullpen.
It's a 2-week shift.
That's right.
2 weeks on and 2 weeks off between Sarnia and Alberta.
Dion's watching from the Bahamas again. A fan of Toby Simmons, who's the first player from the Bahamas to play in the IBL. We're going worldwide again, Ed.
Yep.
Well, we just wait. See the big money come rolling in here any day now, right?
Won't be long.
Barnstormers on the road coming up on Friday. They head to Brantford, then a couple of home games this weekend. Saturday versus Kitchener, Sunday versus Toronto. Chop towards Morrison. He's going to get in the baseline. Throw it over to first. And they're going to call Fajardo out. He doesn't like that. And quickly out of the dugouts, Roop Chanderdat. Probably to keep his shortstop in the game. Fajardo avoided the tag, dropped to his knees. They're going to give him the double play. And Maves now has hit it to 2 double plays. And Fajardo is still at second. Finally, he'll come off. Roop is not too happy either. He was quickly out of the dugout. He's flustered, the third base coach tonight and the manager.
Even if there was a replay on that, that was judgment call, the umpire off the base.
That was John Thompson, the third baseman. So there you see Fajardo right away. Did not agree with the call. Eduardo Diolio, 10 home runs on this season. Hit one last Tuesday. Swings away at the first pitch from Akatsuka. Has still faced the minimum 11 batters through 3 2/3, sorry. Leo, the catcher, here again tonight. Vasilenic plays him deep over at third. First strikeout of the night. Got caught looking to end the first. Back at Suka, an off-speed pitch. Spoiled down the right side.
Not throwing him anything too hard, that's for sure.
No.
And he's throwing right-handed, which I think is a good move. Left-handed pitch would be coming into him.
Dolio popped one out last Tuesday here at Fergie Field. Short hops the catcher.
It's one of those hits where we weren't sure if and when it was going to land. We thought the right fielder was going to catch it.
He just kept drifting last Tuesday.
And then all of a sudden, the umpire circle the bases, home run.
That was the only earned run that Aiden Ryan had allowed last Tuesday. He ended up going 7 strong, 7 strikeouts. Good showing for Aiden. Ahead in the count again, 1-2. Off-speed pitch gets him swinging. 5 strikeouts through 4. Barnstormers lead 1-0. You're watching Barnstormers TV.
Hey Barnstormer fans, want to win a $50 gas card just for cheering on your favorite team? Grab your phone right now and snap a selfie of you and your family and friends watching Barnstormers TV. Follow and tag at CK Barnstormers and Kent Essex Mutual Insurance at KE Mutual on Instagram. You need both tags and follows to qualify for the selfie contest at CK Barnstormers and at KE Mutual. Share your selfie before the end of the game for a chance to win a $50 gas card.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
The Chatham Barnstormers have multiple summer camp opportunities available. Chatham's week-long summer camp from July 7th to 11th. Leamington's week-long summer camp from July 14th to the 18th. Then we head back to Chatham from July 21st to 25th. Wallaceburg's summer camp between July 28th and August 1st. And finally Dresden's summer camp between August 4th and the 8th. Contact us today at the email on screen.
New pitcher in the game for the London Majors tonight. Jose Arias will come in after 3 innings pitched from Nate Bennett. 3 innings, 1 earned run, 1 hit. It was a home run to Owen Constantino. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. We had 53 pitches in his longest outing of the season. Arias at .436 this year, 4-2. 12 games, 7 of them starts. Coming out of the bullpen is odd for him. 51 2/3 innings pitched. 41 strikeouts on the season, has given up 5 home runs. Barnstormers lead by a score of 1-0. It'll be the cleanup batter for the Barnstormers. Yoshinoda ended up on first with a walk, stole second, was stranded there. Bennett struck out 3 through 3 innings of pitched. Yoshinoda batting .304 on the season. Arias into the game here. 6'6", 235, the Dominican Republic. Outside, 0-2. Quickly ahead on Oda. And an off-speed pitch. First 3 pitches are strikes from Arias. 4th strikeout of the night for the Majors. First for Arias. Sadler Goodwin now strides the plate. Goodwin lined out to the left fielder, Chad Garner, who had to turn and dart back and caught one over his head. Otherwise, the Barnstormers would have been off and running. Starts him off with a strike on the inside corner. So when darts coming out of the bullpen.
4 strikes, 4 consecutive strikes. Put the curse on him.
Had your microphone off there.
Yeah.
I forgot all about it.
Right.
I just thought you were enjoying your
I thought you were
pizza.
trying to tell me something. Yeah.
Sorry about that. 1-1, bottom of fourth inning. The third, Owen Constantino hit a shot to right field, and that's the first one to get away from Arias, and he gets on the inside. Sadler Goodwin's going to shake it off. Down at first he goes. Yeah, just got away from him. Up on the shoulder.
You can see it breaking in on top of him. Ball starts moving in on you, it eats you up. You watched the end of the Tiger game last night. Suarez got hit on the knuckles with the bat. It just ate him up. Vest was pitching and it just started moving in on him. He couldn't get away.
Just get your head turned is the best thing there. Is hang its way out in front of that first one.
Give and turn away.
Well, George Springer had that happen yesterday too. Shoulder or helmet, and it's your inside pitch. 1-0 Barnstormers, bottom of the fourth inning, 1 out in the inning. Yoda strikeout. Goodwin's over at first. And gets outside. He's got that hole to shoot out on the right side. We went over his numbers earlier. He's been hot here. He's got about another 2-3 weeks left of the Barnstormers season before he's back to school. Pops it straight up on the infield. Arias going to bark out some orders, and Niles comes in for it. He'll call him off, and it's second out of the inning. Two outs now. Trent Sillett flew to center field. Right to the warning track, too. Simmons had to go all the way back for it. Sillett, tough year with the bat. We get things turned up here as the season goes to the final few weeks and get ready for the playoffs.
We said earlier there's going to be a bit of a scramble for who ends up playing some of the permanent positions, and there could be a little, quite a bit of competition.
Outside, gets by Dolio, and Goodwin's going to advance. A pass ball. Runner on second with 2 outs now, and a chance for Sillett to cash in the second run of the game. Just looking at the flags here, Ed. We have not seen those flags move all night.
No, they're just laying there. Yep.
Real still, heavy, humid night at Fergie Jenkins Field. Arias came out throwing darts here, and he's kind of lost it since the hit batsman.
Yep, threw 4 strikes in a row, and then we mentioned it, and he hasn't thrown a lot of strikes since.
Falls behind 3-0 to Trent Sillett, the first baseman. Runner on second is is Goodwin. Oda struck out to lead off the inning. High, he'll walk him. 2 runners on now for Owen Constantino, who hit the bomb last inning. 3 home runs now on the season for Owen Constantino. A first baseman, a right fielder tonight. And that's where he's expected to play a lot as the season winds down here.
I hate to announce this too, Chris. It's Tigers 8, Diamondbacks 2. I know that you'll be jumping up and down.
Yeah. What happened on the weekend again?
Not good things. I was there Saturday. You were there Friday night?
Thursday
night.
Yeah. At Chatham-Kent, you split like right down the middle. Jays fans, Tigers fans. All Barnstormer fans. Jays fans or Tigers fans. That was a fun weekend, though.
So I said I couldn't be a Blue Jay fan because I'd be too old before I started following baseball. 1977, I was the year of the Blue Jays, and I'd already been following the Tigers for a number of years.
Arias. 1-1 the count now to Constantino.
The game I was at, probably, 10,000, 12,000 Canadian fans there, Blue Jay fans.
Yeah.
It's packed.
Probably best that the Barnstormers were away for the weekend. You know, if you're looking for some baseball locally, you were heading over to Detroit.
Yep.
1-1 the count with 2 outs. Constantino with the only RBI on this one, a home run back in the third. He swings on that one early.
Took something off that one.
Couple runners on with 2 outs in the inning. Constantino waits. Arias the pitch. Inside Dolio. Tries to get in front of it. Both runners will advance. A wild pitch. Will move the runners up. So now a couple in scoring position with 2 outs in the inning. Thing at bat here for Constantino. Chance to drive a couple in. Two and two, 2 outs. Arias kicks and deals. Outside, Kent goes full. Vasilenic, the 9th hole hitter, waits on deck. Hoping to have a chance with some runners in scoring position. Full count, 2 outs in the inning, couple runners on. Inside, Constantino knuckles it back to Arias. He goes down to scoop that up, walk it over to first in the round of the inning. Big out for the Majors. Couple runners left on, a couple of runners there but couldn't score on Barnstormers. Up 1 into the top of the 5th. It's Barnstormers TV, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The other partner takes the hula hoop off, and then they get in the hula hoop, and the opposite partner then gets in the hula hoop, and you have to keep walking all the way to the finish line. You guys ready? Here is my explanation. Let's cheer them on in 3, 2, 1. Go, guys! Go! Go, 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 go,
You gotta bring it over your head.
Barnstormers TV back to Fergie Jenkins Field. Akatsuka getting his warm-up pitches in. He has faced the minimum through 4 innings. A couple of double plays have bailed him out. And we go to the top of the 5, and that's what you want from your ace pitcher who's now gone 82 innings on the season. Akatsuka to eat up innings, pitches in the zone, and work quickly and save that bullpen. The bullpen will be busy this week, and they've got 3 games in 3 days. Brantford, Kitchener, Toronto this weekend for the Barnstormers. It's just saying, Ed, that's what you want from an ace. Come in, eat up innings, and give that bullpen a rest and give your team a chance to win.
Throws a lot of strikes. And he's throwing with some authority. It's mixing his pitches, moving the ball around.
Here go lefty to lefty versus Rechstein here. Designated hitter.
4 innings, 35. Yeah, that's really good. 35 pitches, 4 innings. Yep.
Like I said, he's faced the minimum. A couple double plays have got him out of trouble. Falls behind to the leadoff batter here, 2-0. There you see in her background, that's Nate Bennett, number 11, who's just leaving the bullpen there. As his night is done, started off with 3 innings for the Majors. 3-0. Akatsuka, an ambidextrous pitcher who's gone mostly righty tonight. It's from the left side now. ambidextrous doesn't mean he can pitch underwater. That means he can pitch with both hands, both arms. And I've seen it. I've seen it on video. I've seen it in the majors, but Akatsuka the first in the Intercounty Baseball League. Jams him up top, goes count 3-2. Richton, the designated hitter and the cleanup hitter tonight for Rup Chanderdat in the majors. Only game in the IBL tonight. And he'll stroke one up the middle. Just the second hit of the night for the majors. First one was the leadoff batter. And this guy will lead off the fifth inning. Sorry.
Yeah. Still wonder about pitch count. I mean, if they were under OBA jurisdiction, would you get X number of pitches with your right hand?
That's right,
and
yeah.
so many with your left hand? Or what would you do? Because the pitch count was brought in to save arms, and I don't know what you would do.
Yeah, I've never witnessed it, and I'm not too sure it happens that often.
And he so subtly goes from right to left, like he's now throwing right, and probably nobody noticed that he switched gloves. Switched hands, same glove.
Yeah, same glove for sure. I have a hard time trying to figure out when you figured out you could do that to this kind of level. Yep. It's one thing to fool around in the backyard with your friends and brothers or whatever, but to get to a level like Akatsuka has, and he's pitched in Japan quite a few times, then to do it here?
Yep. Said he always could throw right and left-handed, but you said he was about 15 or 16 and he started doing it competitively. We don't know his success at that time, but I've never seen it until now.
It's one thing to do it, but then to do it well and be a good pitcher. I mean, it's not a sideshow whatsoever. Like you said, it happens throughout the game, and you barely notice it, but if we didn't point it out, you might not even realize it. As he's rolled through 4 innings now, leadoff batter on here in the top of the 5th. And that'll be another strikeout. He's got 6 in the night. Battled back on this one.
Nice change of pace.
And now Champ Garner, who made himself a real nice play back in the second inning defensively.
That was a classic catch right over the shoulder. He just turned and sprinted.
Champ wasn't in the lineup last week. Zadunik, the first baseman, was, and now he's going to turn on an inside pitch out to left field, and it's going to drop. Coming up with it and holding the runner at second was Yoshinoda, who closed the gap pretty quickly, but Garner had to come inside on that hit and run play and keep it fair. 2 runners on now for the Majors, and they're threatening. This will be the first time tonight that Akatsuka has faced 4 batters in an inning. Toby Simmons, the center fielder. Josh Niles will wait on deck. Simmons real quick. Tough to turn a double play on him. Akatsuka from the right side now. Marcus straight away center. He's got a long way to go. Looking up, and that's going to go a 3-run home run. That's been Akatsuka's issue, is keeping the ball in the park, and that one is going to put them away here in the top of the 5th, a 3-run bomb. A 3-run home run for Toby Simmons on the first pitch. He's given up 19 now in the season, leads the IBL. And Akatsuka immediately went to his knees. He knew he left a pitch where he didn't want it. He's been around the plate all night. He's been racking up the strikeouts, 6 through 5 now, and he's been right in the wheelhouse for Toby Simmons.
Been changing speeds, doing a good job changing velocity. I'm sure he'd like that pitch back.
Straight away center field. All Marcus could do was watch. chopped a high one. Vasilenic's got a long way to go, and he's going to use that long throw. Good throw on the money, and he'll get him over at first. That was not an easy play, Ed.
It's a good play. He not only had to make the play, he had to turn his body completely around to make the throw. Got a strong arm as well, Vasilanic.
Sometime pitcher, Vasilanic. 4th home run of the year for Toby Simmons, and has given the Majors a 3-1 lead. Top of the 5th. And Ken Sugi, the right fielder. Gets his swings in here tonight. Lined out to the right fielder last time up. Sugi from North Vancouver, British Columbia. 22 years old. Right field tonight, but plays all 3 outfield positions. Fouled back, quickly ahead, 1-2. And the home plate umpires give Fukuda a couple minutes to catch his breath. Jeff Stoller, the ump, call for another ball. Delay here while the catcher shakes it off. Akatsuka back of the mound. Sugi behind 1-2. Swing and a miss. 7th strikeout of the night. Strikeout for Scott Curry, TD Wealth Financial Planner. Whether you're planning for retirement or starting a new business, Scott is here to help guide you every step of the way. First bump in the road tonight for Akatsuka. He gives up a 3-run home run. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Barnstormers trailing by a score of 3-1.
Baseball is filled with ups and downs. Maybe that's what makes it so great. The long grind, the off-season, battling through injuries, hitting slumps, rain delays, and bad calls. The hard 90 way is never giving up, going 0 for 3, then getting the game-winning hit in the championship game. This is why we grind. You need gear that battles through with you, gear that's as tough as you and won't let you down. It's time to go all in. Hard 90.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance?
Not today. Play ball.
Chatham-Kent Barnstormers drilling the London Majors back-to-back Tuesdays here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Last week they lost 2-1. Tonight's 3-1. Still lots of game to go. Bottom of the 5th now, and Torin Vasilanic, who just made a real nice play. A chopper that bounced high, and he still had the arm to get it across the diamond.
Good athlete. It was an athletic play, obviously, to be able to get your body turned around in order to throw, get in the throwing position, and make a strong throw to first base is difficult.
Tough go with the bat here this year for Torin. Batting .138 to come into tonight. Couple of home runs. And he'll be looking for playing time here with some of the moves the Barnstormers have made. Set to join us here the next inning or two will be General Manager Harry Muir, who's right now sitting in the front row behind home plate getting a look at his Barnstormers. There he is, back of the mound, 2nd inning of work. It's 0-2. The up batter here for the Barnstormers.
We have 3 of the recent signees in the dugout, do we not, or in the bullpen tonight? Ready to go?
Victor Plaz, a 3rd baseman, is not yet in Chatham-Kent, but he will be joining the Barnstormers I believe in Brantford for Friday night. If not, he should be here Saturday by the latest. Oh, you know what? Harry will answer that question for us.
Yep.
Don't have to speculate. We're going to have the man himself.
Oh, that's
join
why.
us. Yeah.
That's why we want to talk to him. Give us the inside scoop here.
Don't let us make things up at here. Vasilevsky playing tough here. 2-2 the count now. Outside, and it's 3-2. Stollard, home plate umpire. Arias got a strikeout in the first batter he faced, and then got ahead on Sadler Goodwin before an up and in pitch put him on. A couple of runners on later. It took a while to get out of the inning. Hard shot for Hardo. Goes to his left, cross the body, gets over to first, and the first out recorded. Last Tuesday, Barnstormers left 7 runners on in that home game. Had their opportunities. And late in the game, it was a error just at the wrong time that allowed a run to score. They fell 2-1 to London. Squaring to bunt. Drawing Niles in at third was Morrison. Fly ball to center of the first inning. Grounded to short in the third. It's 0 for 2 in the night. Swings at a pitch in the dirt, 1-1.
Sometimes hard to pick the ball up this time of the night. Just as the sun is going down, you're hitting into twilight.
Jose Arias for the majors. Turning on one, putting one to right field, but right in the mitt. To Kent Sugi, didn't have far to go, and that's the second out of the inning. Marcus got on an error to the first baseman in the third. Was left there. He swings, and that bat slipped out of his hands, and it ended up right next to the Majors dugout. Chanderdat will play the role of bat boy to get the bat back to him. They have a chuckle there. Off-speed pitch. Sometimes you're trying to slow things down.
Yeah, not easy to stop.
Yeah. Helicopter out of his hands. No harm done. 0-1 the count to the Barnstormers center fielder, the Chatham native. And this one, off the end of the bat, is going to drop in front of the right field, and the Barnstormers have their second hit of the night. Barnstormers catcher Mitsuki Fukuda grounded back to the pitcher and a strikeout in the third. He's 0 for 2 in the night. His average coming into the game, .343, a couple of home runs. One was on opening night. He's just got one since. But in the midst of a 15-game on-base run. 15 straight games, he's got on base at least once for Mitsuki.
He's ninth in the IBL in batting, .343. He's had 2 really good years in Chatham. Great catcher.
He was with Welland last year, and they just didn't have any room for him. When talking to Welland, they said, yeah, we liked what we saw.
That was the London connection, the 2 GMs.
Yeah. So he ends up here in the laps of the Barnstormers, and yeah, they'll take that. Fukuda has been outstanding defensively and with the bat. Bat's third here for the Barn tonight. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Marcus stays on first.
It's another guy who was a catcher goalie, the general manager of Welland from London. I can't think of his name. We interviewed him, and the name is not coming to me. No, he's a GM of Wellington. Jason McKay.
Marcus with a dance off of first. Arias caught it on the side of his eye and gets it over there.
He was Harry Muir's catcher all the way through minor baseball in London, and he's a goalie because he played for Chatham this past year in an old-timers game, and they won the tournament. As Jason McKay was our goalie.
Arias, Fukuda rolls one over to Fajardo. Couple of bounces across the body. He'll get the out at first. And out of the inning, 3-1 Majors through 5 innings of play. You're watching Barnstormers TV from Fergie Jenkins Field.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
It's time, Chatham-Kent. There is a new local pest control company. Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. If you need advice or help with a pest issue, call us for a no-obligation quote today. 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Looking for a fun, active way to keep your kids moving? At Great Lakes Gymnastics, our recreational classes are all about building strength, coordination, and confidence, all while having a blast. And when it's time to celebrate, we throw birthday parties kids will never forget, packed with games, gymnastics, and tons of smiles. In our safe, state-of-the-art facility, every child gets the chance to shine. Join the fun at Great Lakes Gymnastics, where every day feels like a celebration.
Back at Fergie Jenkins Field, Barnstormers and the London Majors. Majors with a 3-run home run for Toby Simmons has given them a 3-1 lead. You're watching Barnstormer TV, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. I'm Chris McLeod. That is Ed Myers. Another Tuesday night with the Majors in town. The Majors traditionally on a Tuesday, the easiest, closest team to get here to play the Barnstormers during the week. And back-to-back weekends, we're chugging along. I feel like I'm cursing ourselves by saying that, and Fajardo will get on for the third time tonight. It's been erased twice on a double play. This time we'll poke one through the left side of the infield. Leadoff batter back on. Kyle Maves has got a couple of double plays against, and he will stand to the plate now.
The connect between London and Chatham is pretty easy. I think you really don't have to get on the 401. You just go Warrencliffe to Queen Street and pull up to the ballpark. Yeah. Go down the old number 2 highway. It's a pretty easy drive.
A couple of turns, technically.
Yep.
Make it from one end to the other. Turning to bunt is Maves, and he fouls that back. It looks like Fukuda.
He got it again.
Yeah, he's trying to shake another one off. Gives a thumbs up to Colin Gaudreau on the Barnstormers bench. He's not going to come out. 0-1, and Fajardo with a short lead off of first. Still at holding him on. Now dances off. Double play depth up the middle. Maves again turning. This one inside. Fukuda fakes the throw down to first. 1-1 now.
Dan and I went to that early game in London and left on a Sunday morning. Got on Grand Avenue and got off Warrencliffe, and there's the ballpark, and pretty easy to find.
Yeah, this is the final time the Majors will be here this year in the regular season anyway. 1-1 in their visits so far. From our weather forecast at the beginning of the game, I was told it was supposed to get cooler, Ed.
Yeah, look at those flags.
Yeah, we have not had 1 ounce of wind tonight, and it's actually getting heavier and muggier. As Fajardo goes, Fukuda gets the throw into the dirt. It's going to get by Goodwin. Here's a throw to third. That one is going to sail, and Fajardo will come all the way around on a Little League home run. They might have had a shot with him at second, and then Marcus's throw into third goes high, and he'll come all the way around to score. Stolen base and 2 errors.
I don't think Fukuda ever got a hold of that ball.
So leadoff runner gets on with a base hit, comes around to score. It's 4-1 Majors. Akatsuka will even up the count at 2-2. No one on now.
3-2. It's 3-2.
3-2, the count. Full count here. Maves to left field. Long run here for Oda. That's going to get over his head and roll to the fence. Maves hustling to second, and he'll put the brakes on there. He's in with a double. Stung that the opposite way. And another base hit for the Majors. They're up to 7 on the night. Long run for Oda, and now they've got a dangerous hitter in Dolio, the catcher.
So throwing him a lot of off-speed pitches up until this point. I hope he continues to.
Goodwin plays in the hole. Morrison close to the bag at second. And Dolio will turn on one to left. Long run, looking up and off the wall. Oda will get it in. They might have a play at the plate, and they will. Fukuda waits, and Maves is dead on arrival.
It's good relay.
A double for Dolio. He'll stand at second, but Oda got to that quickly.
7-6-2.
Yeah, Maves looked like he held up. Thought maybe it would have been catched. He didn't get a good break off a second.
Yeah, he was out by a lot. 2 perfect throws on the relay.
Yeah. That'll keep it close here. 4-1 Majors. Run already in the inning. Richton now the batter. Cleanup hitter. And Dolio turned that one around, and after a couple of strikeouts early in the game, he's into the double, standing at second with 1 out now.
Don't see any activity in the Barnstormer bullpen. I thought we might at this point.
Akatsuka will throw one by him. It's 0-2. Three-run home run last inning for Toby Simmons. A Little League home run this time for Fajardo, and a couple of errors came around to score. And he'll get him looking. Second out of the inning, and 8th strikeout for Akatsuka. This one brought to you by Scott Curry, TD Wealth Financial Planner. Whether you're planning for retirement or starting a new business, Scott is here to help guide you every step of the way. Tucker Zadunik, the first baseman tonight, played left field last Tuesday. Back into the infield tonight. Zadunik from High River, Alberta. Spent some time with the Ottawa Titans. Played 14 games this year in the Frontier League for the Ottawa Titans. Dolio at second. Goodwin keeps a close eye on him, not letting him stray too far off. Akatsuka to the plate, outside corner, 1-1. got some pop in the bat. Left fielder, first baseman for Roop Chanderdat. This one will be stroked to center, and it's going to get by Goodwin. Cutting it off is Spencer Marcus. He'll throw it back into the cutoff and an RBI single. Pushes the score to 5-1.
Activity out there now. Lefty, it could be Moran or Pettipies. I am not Clark Kent. I cannot read those numbers.
Yeah, they moved the bullpen out to the right field next to the field house this year, and it's kind of out there in the dark. Your guess is as good as mine. I know sometimes they watch on the YouTube, so if they are watching, then they can maybe pass it along.
Yeah, let us know. Who's up there?
Runner was going, and a swing and a miss from Champ Garner. Garner last time up, similar situation, a hit and run. Took a pitch high in the zone, pulled it down the left field line, got on with a single, came around the Toby Simmons 3-run home run. Looks like Catlin Morin and Mike DeLong are warming in the bullpen, that's what we're hearing. 0-1 the count. Akatsuka, an off-speed pitch outside corner, 1-1. We're at the top of the sixth inning here. Barnstormers trailing by 4. Garner off the end of the bat. Little looper is going to drop into right. Zadunik on his horse. Stops at second. Constantino throws in behind him. Ball gets by the cutoff man, but no harm there. And a couple runners on again. Zadunik up to second. Back-to-back base hits now. Garner's 2 for 3 of the night with a strikeout. And Toby Simmons did the damage last time up. Clocked a shot to center field on the first pitch he saw. So Gil Rondon will make his way out to the mound and have a conversation with Akatsuka. And give the bullpen a couple of extra minutes to get some work in here.
pitches.
70 pitches for Akatsuka. 14 came out of his left hand tonight.
You know, it's you get so accustomed to watching him, you don't really see him change gloves and switch arms.
And yeah, your right arm might get tired. Your legs, though, too.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which arm you're throwing with. On a hot night like tonight, it'll certainly zap your energy. So give him a couple of minutes here. Discussion. Finally, Jeff Stallard, the umpire, will break it up. Gil Rondon, the long walk back to the dugout. And he's back in to face Toby Simmons, who took him deep last time up, just last inning. Outside corner, you'll start him with a strike. 8 strikeouts on the night for Akatsuka. He's gone 5 2/3 so far. Just his 4th start at home this year. So 1-2 at Fergie Field. It's trailing here 5-1. Looks back at the runner. Long look back. Inside 1-1. Zadunik at second, Garner at first. Simmons up to bat, Niles waits on deck. Outside, he'll get the call, 1-2. Akatsuka a little more deliberate now. Slowing the game down here. Long look into his catcher, Fukuda, the Japanese tandem. And that one shot towards the dugout. A couple of majors dancing out of the way.
The dugout is close. Ball comes off the bat in a hurry.
I think Fajardo's just sitting off the steps, and he had to go diving out of the way. 1-2 now with 2 outs inning, a couple runners on, a run in. 5 runs, 9 hits for the majors, 1 error. Barnstormers 1 run on the Constantino home run. 2 hits overall, 2 errors. 1 error brought a run home in the inning here. Off the end of the bat, that's foul. "5-1 majors, Akatsuka ahead in the counts. Runners make their way back to the bag after the foul ball. Akatsuka looking to get out of the inning. Top of 6, trailing 5-1. Swing and a miss. He'll put down Simmons. He'll win this round here. A strikeout brought to you by Scott Curry, TD Wealth Financial Planner. Whether you're planning for retirement or starting a new business, Scott is here to help guide you every step of the way. We go to the bottom of the 6 at Fergie Jenkins Field.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance?
Not today. Play ball.
Inyo Pest Advisors, serving all of southwestern Ontario, where you live and where you work. Inyo, bigger than bugs.
Want to get your brand in front of a live audience? This spot could be yours. Reach engaged viewers in real time and make an impact. Don't miss your chance. Contact us today to get your ad here.
Hey Barnstormer fans, want to win a $50 gas card just for cheering on your favorite team? Grab your phone right now and snap a selfie of you and your family and friends watching Barnstormers TV. Follow and tag at CK Barnstormers and Kent Essex Mutual Insurance at KE Mutual on Instagram. You need both tags and follows to qualify for the selfie contest. At CK Barnstormers and at KE Mutual. Share your selfie before the end of the game for a chance to win a $50 gas card.
Back with Barnstormers TV, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. London Majors lead by a score of 5-1. We're into the bottom of the 6th inning, and due up for the Barnstormers is Yushinoda, Sadler Goodwin, and Braxton Haggith. Trying to get back into this one. Yushinoda on the night. He's got a walk, stolen base, and a strikeout. Arias stays on the mound. Joining us here in the microwave, as we're calling it, Harry Muir, the general manager of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Arias will kick and deal. First pitch, outside, ball 1.
It's like the hot box up here.
It is. It is. And we're not losing any weight.
No.
Wanted to ask, we'll talk obviously about the IBL, the signing deadline, right?
Signing deadline.
And that was 11:59 p.m. last night.
Oh,
and
yes.
Oda will turn on one and get the inning started into right field. He stays hot. That's where you want to start off an inning. So for those that are new to the IBL, a lot of Chatham-Kent ball fans are. No more signings, says at this point. This is your team into the playoffs, right?
So yes and no. So the people, anyone that was released that's a current player in the IBL can now has 48 hours to sign with another team. However, you can't release another player to sign that player. So like for instance, I think I have 2 or 3 spots left on my roster. I could sign somebody, but if you have a roster of 28 already, you can't release somebody to sign somebody that was released. So there's still another 24 hours and 26 hours, 27 hours.
You gonna let us in on anything? You working on anything still?
I'm not. I'm done.
No, you're done. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, stick a fork in me. I'm done. I am tired. It was a long week. Slow start, and then it was just it was like Niagara Falls there. It was just lots of deals and lots of people, and yeah, it was great.
Is it like what you see in the movies, and we talk about it in the majors, and you see them talking about it right now coming to the trade deadline? There's a lot of moving parts all over the place.
Absolutely. I kept reaching out. I kept reaching out. We had a meeting last Saturday, and I was pretty much like, look, guys, I can't find anybody. This is the roster we have. We're going to have to figure it out and see how far we could go. And then, 3 days later, you just start all of a sudden start finding guys, and it was like a floodgates. And some people came available that we didn't know were available, and I had to make some room. And I think I was the most hated person in Chatham for a couple days there. But Seth Strong was a great guy, a great player. Obviously, he goes down in history as right now the best Barnstormer in history, and we were happy to have him, and it was exciting to get him back. But at the end of the day, it's a numbers game, and we were desperate for we had 3 bullpen pitchers at that moment, and his numbers weren't great, and I needed an import I needed that spot for an import pitcher, and we found one in Gaku Ueda. I think is a great addition. So it's just that's just the way it is sometimes, and it's no fun making those phone calls.
No, I can imagine.
It's but it's part of the job. And
Braxton, a one hopper to Maves at second. Goodwin, who was on a fielder's choice, moved to second on the air, is going to stay there, and second out of the inning. We'll bring Trent Sillett to the bat. So I was going to go over chronologically, but you're right. It went kind of wild there, all over the place. So I'm just going to throw a couple names at you and just tell us about these new adds to the team. Mike Dulong, I understand, is warming in the bullpen. We might see him tonight.
I would hope, I'm hoping to.
Okay, Mike, former Major.
Excuse me. Yeah, former Major. He's working in Windsor now. His girlfriend or fiance is local here in Chatham, so he came to me about a month ago. We tried to get him signed back then, but then he had a...
That got by the catcher, so Goodwill moved to third.
He had a work injury where he dropped something on his foot or something like that, so it delayed him 2 weeks, and then he had to get in shape a little bit to throw. So we had him throw a couple bullpens, and a nice local arm with some experience, an older guy. We're hoping, I don't think he'd be really effective right off the bat, to be honest. but he's an arm in the bullpen.
Who's been in this league and who's won in this league, right?
Yeah. He knows how to win. He's mature, and he knows how to pitch, so... it's just right at the moment that was an arm.
Arias with the runner on third. And Sillett swings through that.
It's the old adage, too, that you can't have enough pitching ever, right?
Exactly. With injuries that we have right now. And
guys got worn down.
Yeah, we did, And, going into the playoffs, if we didn't have some bodies just to get out there, we'd be in trouble.
On to the count to Sillett. 2 outs in the inning. Harry Muir joins us in the booth. Chopper down to third, and just foul. That went over the bag on the wrong side.
We're hoping that he sticks around next year and that he's really, that he's one of our main guys next year for sure.
And he adds not only an arm, which you needed, some championship pedigree.
Exactly.
But some age down there, too.
Yes, exactly. That'll go a long way as well, and we're hoping for some leadership from him for that.
He's a old senior 36-year-old man. That hurts when you say that. Right. It makes me feel really old. But that's something you didn't really have. You didn't have that veteran.
No, we don't.
High and inside, 1-2.
And sometimes that's worth his weight in gold.
Yeah. It's just him in the bullpen, just talking to some of these younger guys.
Exactly.
He's been through it, right?
Yep.
You hear this all the way along, too. So that's Mike Dulong, who we might see here tonight. We'll get 2 outs, so maybe we'll hold off on a couple of these other guys. Harry Muir here in the booth. Bottom of 6. Arias to the plate, outside corner, and that makes it 2-2.
Trent's been having some good at-bats lately. I like it.
He hit one to the track.
He did.
Early in the game.
He did. He needs to hit the gym in the off-season.
That warning track power.
Yeah.
Has he graduated from university, or does he go back?
He's going to Western this fall for his, I believe, his master's.
A little closer than Indiana, anyway.
Correct.
Kicks and deals, swings through, and they'll complete the strikeout. We'll continue our conversation with Harry Muir. 5-1 Majors, it's Barnstormers TV, presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
Looking for a fun, active way to keep your kids moving? At Great Lakes Gymnastics, our recreational classes are all about building strength, coordination, and confidence, all while having a blast. And when it's time to celebrate, we throw birthday parties kids will never forget, packed with games, gymnastics, and tons of smiles. In our safe, state-of-the-art facility, every child gets the chance to shine. Join the fun at Great Lakes Gymnastics, where every day feels like a celebration.
Back top of 7 now. Barnstormers trailing by 4. London Majors due up this inning. We'll see Josh Niles, Ken Sugi, and then back up to the top of the order. Tsuki Akatsuka stays in the mound and does what he does, and that's eat up innings for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. General Manager Harry Muir is in the booth with us here for the Barnstormers, talking about some of the trades, but signings heading up to the deadline last night. Mike DeLong is warming in the bullpen, so we might see him tonight. Let's go over a couple of the pitchers. So one of the things that we talked about this earlier in the game is the Major League Baseball deadline is coming up, and everybody is still looking for arms. It doesn't matter where you are, what level you're at, right?
Yeah, and we're all kind of looking at the same guys in Canada for we're all after the same few guys.
My slow pitch team is looking for arms.
Yeah,
it's that kind of desperation.
And legs.
Legs are probably more important in that league.
Somebody's beer night too, so there's a lot of responsibilities.
Or a good back.
Exactly. Gregor Farquharson. Let's talk about him. He's going to wear number 99.
Yeah.
What does he bring to the table?
Well, he was a starter last year for Brantford. Did really well out of that. He had 8 appearances, I think, 6 starts with a 3.75 ERA. So from him this year, we're looking for kind of that long relief guy that we don't really have. Like if a starter goes down in the second or third or gets hit pretty good, we can throw him in there and eat up 4 or 5 innings, maybe 5, 6, right? Yep. So he's going to add depth. Or if we have a rain out, we have a doubleheader, we have an extra arm to throw the doubleheader bullpen. Come out of the bullpen with the doubleheader start. So yeah, he's an important role for sure. Big kid too.
Yeah, and then your Japanese connection, which is really starting to pay dividends. Dan is calling it Land of the Rising Sun.
There you go.
Chop towards Morrison. He's got a long way to go. Gets the old Fergie bounce up into the chest.
Wow.
We'll knock it down. He'll eat that.
Watch your lips.
At the lip.
Yeah, ironically, Gregor Farquharson speaks Japanese as well. He was born in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you needed a translator too, then.
Well, we already have Yuri's our translator. He's also
go.
our Uber driver. So, yeah, I think Gregor we can sub a Yuri out for a while, and Gregor can do some translating for a while.
But that's certainly paid off. Gaku Ueda
Yeah.
is a relief pitcher. We saw him in here with Guelph. He's got a good arm.
He's got a great arm, yeah.
And I heard from a couple guys around the league today said, you're really going to like this kid. He's going to help out quite a bit.
Absolutely. I was shocked, to be honest, that one, they got rid of him, and two, that they didn't protect him. So when he came available, it was kind of a surprise because we had talked to Guelph prior to that about a couple pitchers, but we still had Seth, and we weren't quite sure what to do. And then they were kind of sending Gaku home, so I thought he was on a plane and gone. And then I released Seth, and then found out that Gaku was still in Guelph. So I said, and then I noticed he was released, so we scooped him up. So put him in an Uber and got him here.
In that situation, do you rely on some of your Japanese players, or is that something they're not involved with?
We did reach out. His English is a little suspect. His English is about as good as my Japanese. So we definitely reached out just to see, do you want to play? Would you want to play here? And he was absolutely interested and excited. They seem to know him. We were super excited to get an arm like that for sure. And we're kind of looking at him maybe as a setup guy for Garrett. Maybe 7-8 innings, and then go to Garrett for the close. So that'd be a nice solid 3 innings at the end.
It's good to have guys in roles, right?
Yeah.
When
And
you
then
know about the situation that you want them for. And
that they know their role, right?
Yeah,
and they're ready
yeah.
to go. Yeah.
Up the middle again. That one's going to get through. Runner had to hold. It's going to go a long way, and he's going to come around to score easily. Play at second. Fajardo is out at 2, and a hose from the outfield from Marcus.
good phantom
shoot him
play by.
down.
Good one, too.
Yeah,
Just
good
standing
one.
there.
Yeah, faked him out.
Faked him out, gets the tag, and that'll be the second out of the inning. But a run does score at 6-1. Harry Muir joins us in the booth here. Give Fajardo a single. He's been on base all 4 times now. Like you, Harry.
We should probably get him out next time.
Yeah, probably. Like you, a former Toronto Blue Jay farmhand, Francisco
that's
Fajardo.
why I don't like him.
Hearing a lot of conversation here about the moves for the Barnstormers. A lot of good things. Chatham-Kent doing amazing things, and last Tuesday and every other time. Traveling to CK is a great baseball experience. Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate that. Suki caught Ueda in the Caribbean Series for Japan. Yeah,
Yes.
I think we mentioned that earlier. So that's from Greg Kemble, who was...
Oh, good old Greg.
Yeah, he's watching on the YouTube tonight. Thanks, Greg.
Up at Fort McMurray.
Yeah, eh?
2-week shift, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
It goes 2 weeks up and 2 weeks back to Sarnia or Toronto.
Kyle Maves a batter now. It's grounded into a couple of double plays. Got thrown out of the plate last inning. That's the 7th outfield assist for Spencer Marcus, who leads the IBL. And he'll go to work here again, right at him. We'll talk about a couple more players that were acquired by the Barnstormers. This time they need the bats to get going. Down 6-1. You're watching Barnstormers TV from Fergie Jenkins Field.
You know, sometimes keep going. I'd have been knocked down 1,000 times. Yeah, I traveled around 1,000 miles. Feeling so tired, but you know I can't stop now. Came way too far, won't throw in the towel. It ain't looking real good, but I won't give up. Pac said that I gotta keep my head up, so I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
Want to get your brand in front of a live audience? This spot could be yours. Reach engaged viewers in real time and make an impact. Don't miss your chance. Contact us today to get your ad here.
Baseball is filled with ups and downs. Maybe that's what makes it so great. The long grind, the off-season, battling through injuries, hitting slumps, rain delays, and bad calls. The hard 90 way is never giving up. Going 0 for 3, then getting the game-winning hit in the championship game. This is why we grind. You need gear that battles through with you. Gear that's as tough as you and won't let you down. It's time to go all in. Hard 90.
Ryan Beidel into the game now for the London Majors. Their third pitcher of the night. They're leading 6-1. It was a bullpen game scheduled from Roop Chanderdat, and they've gotten to Beidel now, who we saw pitch last Tuesday. It looks like Akatsuka's night might be over. We'll see who comes out of the bullpen. The Barnstormers next time up. Right now, bottom of 7, they trail 6-1. Harry Muir, general manager of the Barnstormers, with us. We've gone over the pitchers. Now we got the sticks coming up to hit. Let's talk about a couple of the guys that are swinging the bats. Let's start with the one you picked up just prior to the weekend, Andy Groening, who is local kid from Blenheim, played a lot of his baseball in Leamington. How'd he land here with the Barnstormers?
Well, he's a former GLC kid, just like Braxton and Evan Morrison. Not sure if there's any conversation there, but what happened with him is he changed schools, and he was signing with a JUCO, and they couldn't. I believe they couldn't get him on the roster for the fall games, so they've pushed him to January. So he's home until January, which allowed him, after the GLC season ended, he was open to play anywhere, and he reached out, and we happened to be desperate for infielders at that moment. So he's a 19-year-old sign. Great body, great big kid. I really see big things from him in the future. You can, if you watch the Barrie game, he was already first game in, he got a couple hits.
Yeah.
So his bat is ready to go. I think he's got a little bit farther to go with his glove at third base. But I mean, 2 or 3 years down the road, when he's 22, 23, he's going to be an awesome player for us.
Is that his main position, third base?
Yeah. He does play first base as well, but.
And I understand he can catch. Did you know that, or we?
I think he plays the outfield. He's one of those 19-year-olds that just can do anything, right?
He's 19, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Don't need energy.
They'll breed that out of him in the next couple of years.
1-1 the count. Leadoff hitter Owen Constantino hit a home run back in the third inning tonight. Gave the Barnstormers the lead there. What have you seen from Owen here this year? He had a tough start, but it seems to be figuring it out here.
It's a great. He's one of those. We try to bring great people in. And he's another one of those great people. His parents are fantastic. This is one of those kids that always dreamt about playing in the IBL. And to him, this is a dream come true. And it's exciting that we were able to give him that opportunity. He earned that opportunity. He had such a great year at Carleton. We were expecting bigger things from him this year, but he's a young kid. He's 20 years old, right? So he's got a long ways to go. He seems much more comfortable. I don't have my reading glasses on. Somebody likes my hair. Do I have any hair?
Does he have another one?
Oh, that's a no-doubter, buddy.
Bye-bye, baseball. It's 6-2 and the second home run of the night, fourth of the year for Owen Constantino on cue.
Yeah.
That's the one we were talking about.
Yeah, so he has lots of power. If you watch him take BP, it sounds like Spencer Marcus hitting the ball. It's just he's hitting it with sweet spot all the time. With age and experience, he's going to translate that to on the field, and he's got a great glove at first base, great kid. Yeah, one of those guys that we just hope grows into the league.
Spencer Morin, your right fielder, pneumonia right now, so he's out. So Owen is out in right field.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a lot of that? Where do you see him playing as the season goes on?
It's a good question. There's other guys. It's going to be one of those platoon things. Until Spencer Morin comes back. We really don't have, I was looking for an outfielder, and then we realized we needed an infielder more desperately. Losing Evan Morrison is obviously going to be a giant hole in our middle infield. And we found that we were maybe losing more runs due to the lack of experience in that position. So that's why we went after Victor Plaz. So we think with the athletes that we have, like Owen Constantino, Torin can play pretty much anywhere. He's super athletic. We felt that maybe an infielder was more important, and that's, like I said, why we went after Victor Plaz.
And Plaz was kind of the last guy that came in late last night.
Yeah, he was. I think I submitted that at 11:15.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So he former London Major. He's played in a couple teams in the IBL. He's been playing up in Quebec.
Yep.
He'll solidify that third base spot, really.
Yeah, exactly, and that gives us that the opportunity to move those guys into other positions, right? Mm-hmm. And we're expecting great things from him. Obviously, his pedigree he was an All-Star last year for London. We expect him. He can come in here, maybe hit 275 and play third base, and that's what I want. That's all we need.
Been a busy couple of days at the IBL. Barnstormers all set for the playoffs.
Oh, that's gone.
Vasilenic to right. Is it back-to-back bombs? And it is!
There we go.
Torn Vasilenic to the short porch. That's barn ball. And the Barnstormers trail by 3. Bottom of the lineup goes back-to-back.
Yeah, if the bottom hits, we should win, right, Ed?
We should. Get you a good shot.
Third time in Barnstormer history that they've gone back-to-back. And Morrison does have the pop to do it, too.
Yeah, that would be a first, wouldn't it?
So, Harry, you walk in here last year, your first time seeing Fergie Jenkins Field and the setup.
Yeah.
Do you look at that short porch and go, I need to get some left-handed batters?
Pretty much, that's what everybody was waiting. Why didn't they replace Seth with a left-handed power hitter?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we brought Constantino in, was that we thought he would be that guy. Obviously, tonight he is, and we think he will grow into that guy. But it's also doable for right-handed batters, right? Like you saw Torin there, the low and away pitches. If we can learn to just scoop that ball up right, Ed, and just flip the wrists over, what's the name?
D'Olio, yes.
Thank you. D'Olio does it to us every time, right? He just gets a little flick of the wrist.
That's what I did last week. That's all it was.
Yeah, exactly. So if we can teach our right-handed batters to do that.
Double.
Morrison on his horse. He's going to try to stretch it to 2. Throw comes in, and he's in there easily. Barnstormers are in business. Couple runs in and a runner on 2 with no outs. Vitale, the tough start to his night. Harry, stick around. Don't go anywhere.
Sure.
They're hitting.
I know, right? Now I've lost 6 pounds up here already. So my wife's like, yeah, stay up there.
Yeah. The microwave will do that too.
Oh, yeah. It's still up here, man. It does no air.
She's probably going to get on the chat now.
You're going to put in for that air conditioning for next year, right?
We'll put a requisition for order in for that, right?
We got elevated.
You need a PO number for that?
we got
I know we elevated you guys.
Yeah, like we're moving up in the world.
One thing at a time. Yeah, we got a stage basically to sit on. We couldn't see over the ledge last year, so one thing at a time.
Yeah,
we should have asked for air conditioning. I don't know why we.
Yeah, maybe if you knew it was going to be a million degrees all in July.
Dear Santa.
Well, the Barnstormers are heating up here, bottom of 7, fresh off the 7th inning stretch. Back-to-back home runs, Constantino and Vasilenic, and now Morrison into second with a double. And fresh off a single for Marcus. He's up again here in the 7th. Spencer, the center fielder tonight. Charging in from first is Zadunik, and maybe thinking bunt here. Marcus swinging away. At what point do you start looking at next year? Like, is that not even in your peripheral yet? Are you focused on this?
No, it never ends, man. Like I'm already thinking about, okay, what holes do we have that we couldn't fill this year and that didn't pan out. And, we want to every year I want to improve, and the more time I have to do that, the better. But I will take, I'm going to take this month off.
Yep.
And relax. Our sons are coming in from Yukon. Well, my son flew in from Yukon tonight, and our other son's flying in from Halifax in a few days. So we're gonna have the whole family home in a couple of weeks. So it's gonna be nice. So
did you plan that it was after the deadline? Was that on purpose?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Probably didn't even pay attention to it really. But
Morrison dancing off a second.
Base
Off-speed pitch, going to drop into right, and it's going to get by him. Morrison's going to score. Marcus on his horse hits second. He'll put on the brakes. Back-to-back doubles, and the Barnstormers trail by 2.
This one thing I like about this team is it's never over.
Never out of it.
We're never out of it.
Yeah.
And once we get a roll, it's like it's contagious, right? Losing's contagious, winning's contagious, hitting's contagious.
Shows of the young guys too, right?
Yeah,
they react and respond to that.
They do
pretty rapidly.
Well, Evan Morrison comes around to score. He's one of these players that's only here until really the last weekend of the season.
He leaves go back to school August 18th. Him and Braxton go back August 18th.
That's the end of the season, right? 16th?
Our last game's on the 16th against Welland. Yeah.
So that's one thing Barnstormer fans will want.
That's going to get
Fukuda.
Come on. Yeah.
Bobble, and he's not going to get it. Infield single for Fukuda. And he's up to 16 straight games with being on base.
Well, here's Oda's big chance. As we said earlier, he's really been on fire the last 10 games.
Yeah, I've been super happy with this guy's progress.
He 321 in the last 10 games, 2 home runs, 9 ribbies.
Unbelievable. Good guy to have up there right now.
How much did you know about Oda before he?
Nothing.
Nothing.
All except for Mickey told us that he's a good guy. So I trusted him, and he is. He's one of my favorite guys on the team.
I think it'd be Fukuda, who's over at first now. Barnstormer fans getting geared up. 0-1 the count. Alex Springer is warming in the pen for the Majors.
He had some Frontier League experience. He got released by Ottawa. So obviously he could catch.
Playing left field tonight. Outside corner, 1-1.
He's played quite a few positions, hasn't he?
Yep.
He's
third
been a
base,
third. I've seen
catching.
him.
He's a great
right
catcher.
Field.
Yeah, he's a great backup catcher. When you can go in there and throw guys out just as good as Mickey, you've got a good backup.
The other catcher is good as well.
Inside, 1-2.
All right.
Real Swiss Army knife for Gil Rondon. That's important too. Players can kind of move around and have some flexibility at the lineup. No outs in the inning. Couple runners on. Fukuda at first, Marcus at second. Barnstormers back-to-back home runs earlier in the inning. And Oda swings away and chopped that foul. 5 straight hits for the Barnstormers. Ever since Harry got here.
I know.
You know what?
Guess I'm staying until.
Think about this, Ed. If we can keep the GM up here, we'll have air conditioning no time.
That's right. We'll have it.
I've already ordered it. It'll be here tomorrow.
Christmas Day at least.
Oda in a big spot here. Bottom of 7. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Barnstormers. 6 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for the Majors. And Oda will go down swinging.
Yeah, so talking to Ed earlier, so what Evan and Braxton go to NCAA schools, and once their school programs start, like practicing, they're no longer allowed to play in any summer teams.
Okay.
NAIA and SEC you are allowed, but the NCAA has a rule that once their workouts start, they can't. So we can't even bring them back, even though they're only 2.5, 3 hours away. We were hoping to do that, but we can't.
Because Ed had offered to drive, but
yeah. I know Detroit well.
Sadler takes strike 1 out in the inning.
All right.
Sadler's a player you had signed prior to last season, or early in the season.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it till late.
Yep.
And now this full year, he calms that infield down, doesn't he?
He is amazing. Yeah, he is the cornerstone.
Mm-hmm. He had a shot back in the second inning, too. Sent them running. Here's one.
Is it
Pop
gone?
to center.
It's
a
gone.
long way.
Oh.
3-run bomb. Sadler. Goodwin.
Okay, get up, Adam. Stand.
A 3-run home run, his 6th of the season. And the Barnstormers have the lead at 7-6.
High fives all around, boys.
There we go.
That didn't take long to do either. 4, 5, 6, 7 batters.
Ryan Beitel has had a tough inning. Alex Springer still warming in the bullpen. Roop Chanderdat still in the dugout. And now Braxton Haggith will stride to the plate. There's a swing and a miss. Base is empty now. With these players, Braxton Haggith, Evan Morrison, they'll have to go back to their school teams.
Yep.
Obviously, you want them to play. They're some of your best players, but you need to get some bats and some at-bats for some other players, too. So there's going to be some juggling to do here.
Yeah, you'll probably see less and less of them over the next couple of weeks for sure. To get, when Victor shows up, he's going to have to play because he's going to miss tonight, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if he'll make it in time for Friday, but he'll have 6 or 7 games at most maybe to get qualified. So he's going to have to start hitting right away.
How many at-bats?
They have to have 24 appearances.
24, okay.
Yeah.
Beitel the pitcher and Haggith the batter.
So yeah, we'll have to get Andy. We'll have to get Andy and Victor.
Second strikeout of the night for Beitel, 8th overall for the Majors. And Trent Sillett will make it a bat-around inning. But what an inning it has been for the Barnstormers. They score 6. And Akatsuka would be in line for the win if he is done. And
yeah.
It's been a long inning for the bullpen to see if they're ready to go top of 8.
We had that one.
Yep, I was going right into Chris's lap.
0-1 the count to Sillett. One now. The Barnstormers, a couple of strikeouts in the inning, but they've scored 6 runs, with 3 coming on home runs. Back-to-back, and then a 3-run bomb from Goodwin.
Nice to see us using our field for a change.
Yeah. Not too many nights where the home team has watched the visitors take advantage of the short porch.
We heard from Goodwin's parents already tonight, Jeff and Lisa. I'm sure they're still watching. They'd be pretty happy.
Yeah. Met them last year. They were great people too. Again, it's
Yeah.
great people produce great people, and we've got a whole team full of great kids, and it's been real blessed.
Just wanted 2 as a count, actually. And that really does, good parents raise good kids.
Yeah.
Get a good clubhouse, and it seems like they're pulling
that's a
for
big
each
hit.
other.
Even for Trent. Attaboy, also.
A strikeout, but he'll end up at first. 3rd strikeout for Beitel. He struck out the side. 9th overall, but Sillett's going to end up at first.
There we go again.
Yeah.
Oh, and Constantino has gone deep a couple of times. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Home run to start off the inning. No doubter. Let's see what he's got in the bat here.
I'm going to say if he gets on, that's it. And he gets on.
Through the hole.
I don't think Roop's going to wait any longer. What do you think?
Alex Springer has been warming in that bullpen.
Yeah.
Roop said he had a short pen tonight. Didn't have a lot of pitchers ready. They got a busy weekend too. London will play a home-and-home Friday and Saturday against Toronto. Torn Vasilenic hit a home run his last time up. Good night for Constantino, 3 for 4.
Got that total up to 10 hits.
It's nice to see.
Yeah.
We had 2 before that.
That's right. Contagious.
Yep. Nobody wants to be that guy right now.
That's right.
Vitale still on the mound inside of Vasilenic. Barnstormer fans making a call.
I don't want to change.
Yeah.
Start to leave him in chant.
Yeah, I think you're a home team.
Yeah.
You're gonna like this.
Don't give him any ideas.
Greg Campbell says, pull up a chair, Harry. You've got a new office. This is where you work now.
It's too hot up here, Greg.
Yeah. You catch those flags at the top of the scoreboard there. They haven't moved all that.
It is one still night here.
Yeah.
No breeze. Ball's carrying really well tonight, too. I was surprised with the humidity.
Yeah, usually it's the other way around.
Yeah.
7-6 the score. Barnstormers up by 1. 6 runs in the inning. 2 outs now. Vitale to Vasilenic. Another ball inside. Pushes it 3-0.
Start to aim the ball now.
Okay, now if he walks him, he's going to change him. Right? He's on the top step.
You heard it first, so Harry.
No, Roop's on the top step right now. Like, if this guy gets on, he's done.
We haven't talked to Harry since we had that Welland rain delay.
Yep.
We got John here during that. And you were saying you couldn't say much because you had pitched last year in the Fanshawe season.
Oh, right, yeah. There it is.
Inside, there's a walk.
That's it.
So it looks like Roop is a couple steps out now.
He's waiting for everybody to get to their bases. Yeah. You technically can't call time.
So you had said I had some information, but you couldn't share it with us at the time. And I don't want to steal it from you. Well, tell us what you're doing with Fanshawe this year.
Well, I've decided to defer for a year because we've had a lot of personal stuff going on since January, and we. I had the opportunity to take a year off last year and go to school, and my wife, it's her turn to take some time off, so I'm going to defer for a year, and Fanshawe has actually asked me to be the pitching coach.
Nice.
So I'm super excited. That's always kind of what I've always wanted to do with Fanshawe. Never thought I'd actually play for them. So it's funny how things work out, and Harv made the offer whenever we talked last time, and just wanted to. I had to wait till Monday until it was confirmed, and we hadn't really talked since then. So yeah, I'm super excited. We get started on August 17th, so
I know when the 17th is.
Yeah, so it's from one team to another, and
where does Fanshawe play their games?
Most of their home games are in Labatt Park again. They took some time off from there, but we're back there. But we also played the Badgers at the. Now that you put me on the spot, I'm not going to remember the name of the field, but it's right by Fanshawe. Stronach Arena area. Yeah, just drawing a blank.
I know where that is.
Yeah, the heat's getting to me. I'm melting up here.
Chatham continues to play a lot of games there.
Yeah.
It's a swimming pool.
We practice.
Arena.
Yeah, we practice every there.
Yeah. That's not far away, right?
No.
Ryan Vitale's got an interesting stat line. He goes 2/3 of an inning with 3 strikeouts. Gives up 3 home runs. And 11 batters faced. 6 runs, all 6 are earned. Alex Springer is into the game.
That's quite the line.
Yeah. 12.27 ERA for Springer. His 5th game of the season. He started 1. He's gone 3 2/3. He's got 1 strikeout on the year. He's not getting a lot of time on the mound, but here goes tonight. And the Barnstormers have been hot. They're up with a couple runners on. 3 home runs in the inning. 6 runs are in. And we're not letting Harry go until the inning's over.
No, I am not going anywhere.
Not superstitious, are you, Harry?
I am not. I'm a pitcher. I'm not superstitious at all.
No.
I'm now going to have to wear the same underwear again. That's the problem.
Until the 17th of August, right?
Evan Morrison, who just sliced one towards third, got on and came around to score on the Marcus double. And now we got the bases loaded for Morrison. 6 runs in, and the Barnstormer fans loving it so far here tonight. Lefty on lefty, drops one onto the outside corner. Norm Aldridge Field.
Thank you. Oh, how did I not?
go.
Yeah. How did that brain fog?
Good baseball name.
Norm was a coach when I was still playing with the majors.
That one gets away from DeOlio. Sillett's going to hustle home. Good work by Trent Sillett, who hustled out a strikeout drop ball, and he comes around to score, and all the other runners advance too. As a GM, you gotta love the resiliency of this team. You go down 6-1.
I know, with 2 hits.
Yeah, yep.
But I was having a conversation with my wife, and I was like, "Yeah, well, we can't." We were talking about pitching, and I said, "Well, we can't win with 2 hits either." So
yeah,
you know.
Morrison behind in the count, but run in here. Dolio had that one get by him. It's 0-2. Springer to the plate.
Oh,
Morrison slaps one to left. It'll drop.
2 runs.
1 run scores. Here comes 2. Morrison strays off of first, but he'll get back, and a couple of RBIs. The Barnstormers go up 10-6. Not done yet.
Dan, is this our best inning ever? Is this the most batters we've ever put to the plate? It's got to be.
Dan Dominguez, our statistician, he'll have this for you.
Yeah, I know.
That's 12, right?
Yeah.
He's the human computer.
I know, it's unbelievable. What do you do without a guy with that, like that, right? Like
Marcus swinging away, fouled it to the right side. What an inning by the Barnstormers.
Yeah, what a change of events, like 9 runs.
We talked about Akatsuka. He's your ace. He's your guy that goes out and eats innings. And he did it again tonight. He's gone 7.
He's the 7-inning machine, right?
Well, he finished strong, you know, even though
he always does.
He still got something
He has
left.
that middle part where if he gets through that, you know he's nailed it. But the last 2 innings usually,
he threw heat the last batter.
I know, he's baffling. Does he?
Akatsuka now leads the IBL in innings pitched.
Amazing.
Springer to the plate, inside Marcus.
I had a chance to talk to Eric Hamilton. I traded for Akatsuka, right? And J.D. Williams was part of that trade. And Josh Williams, sorry, not J.D. Williams, Josh Williams. And, he's had a great year in Hamilton. And we were both saying, you know what, worked out for both of us, you know.
Yeah.
Josh was with us last year, but he moved to Oshawa, and I just didn't feel it was practical that he'd come all this way, and we were still looking for a starting pitcher, and it worked out.
No, perfect. 7 innings tonight. He's the only one in the game so far for the Barnstormers. And Marcus on that, but fouls it straight back. We believe Akatsuka's done.
Yeah, I would say
he might be halfway home by this point now, the way this game is.
No, Yuri's his Uber, so Yuri has to drive him. So.
He's still here, so
Yuri's
he can't
still
get
here.
home.
Yeah.
Springer now looks in once again, ahead in the count to Marcus. He'll drop one, he'll get them. That's a 4 strikeout inning for Majors pitchers. And they'll get out of the inning.
Can I go get a drink now?
Harry, your job here is done.
Yeah, my work here is finished. Thank you.
Barnstormers scored 9 in the inning. Harry Muir, the general manager, joining us here. Barnstormers TV is brought to you by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance?
Not today. Play ball.
The Chatham Barnstormers have multiple summer camp opportunities available. Chatham's week-long summer camp from July 7th to 11th. Leamington's week-long summer camp from July 14th to the 18th. Then we head back to Chatham from July 21st to 25th. Wallaceburg summer camp between July 28th and August 1st. And finally Dresden's summer camp between August 4th and the 8th. contact us today at the email on screen.
Attention business owners and marketers. Imagine your brand in front of a live, engaged audience, right here, right now. This space is the perfect opportunity to showcase your product, service, or message to viewers in real time. Whether you're looking to boost sales, build awareness, or grow your audience, we've got you covered. Don't wait. Secure your spot today.
Barnstormers TV is back in one inning for the Barnstormers. Just trying to figure out if that's the Barnstormers' best inning ever as they put up 9 and come roaring back. It is a 10-6 score now over the London Majors after they had just put up a big spot in their inning. How about that? Some wild ball here, Ed.
A lot of runs in a short period of time. We went into that inning with 2 hits. Came out with 11.
Joked about our scorebooks here. It's a disaster, I'll tell you that for free.
And you pride yourself on your scorebook.
I try to.
You got to hand that into the teacher at the end of the year.
Mitsuki Akatsuka is out of the game. He goes 7 innings, 9 Ks, 1 walk, 6 runs, all earned, 11 hits, 87 pitches on the night. 14 of them came out of his left hand. And Mike Dulong will make his first appearance, now living in Windsor, former London Major, who was with the Majors in 2009, 2010, 2011, 13, 17, 18, and part of those major rosters there, the championship team that they've had in London back in 2021. So he's been around for a while, and he brings some age. He brings an arm.
And experience.
Yeah. It's one thing about age. Like, I could go out there and pitch, you could go out there and pitch. That's age. But the experience is what he brings, right?
And that'll really help the young pitching staff that we have, just being around him.
Yeah.
In between starts and talking about situations and watching.
Fierce competitor, power pitcher that goes at hitters and attacks the strike zone. And Harry said it himself. You know, you're going to see him feeling out here tonight. Isn't throwing a whole lot. It's his first look as a Barnstormers' first IBL work here this season. And you'll face a pretty good stick. Edward Dolio, the catcher, and he'll start him with a strike. I talked to Roop Chanderdat prior to the game, and he said, well, a couple of guys that you got are former majors. Talking Victor Plaz, the third baseman. He had nothing but good things to say about Victor and the depth he's going to add to the Barnstormers infield. But he said Mike DeLong is an arm out of the pen that's going to add some real length to that bullpen and kind of sort out some roles.
He's a big guy, thick guy.
Yep. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but I think the average age of the Barnstormers is like 28.6. You take DeLong's age 36 off of there, they drop to about a 26 average age team. Long run, Constantino hunts it down. Good work by the right fielder.
Constantino's turned a few heads tonight with his play. Actually started right off the bat with his cutting that ball off the first pitch of the game. He got over there quickly and threw the ball in second base. Really a great catch there.
Coming out party for him tonight.
Yep.
But yeah, you take Mike DeLong. This is one thing that I had talked to Harry about it, and Dom, and we've talked about it up here too, is you see every team come in here to play the Barnstormers, and they've all got a guy, either in the bullpen, maybe a guy that comes off the bench, but somebody who's been around for a bunch of years, 35, 36, couple 40-year-olds in the league that still compete and just bring some experience to the game and a different outlook too.
Yep.
And that's what Mike DeLong will do.
Yep. I was going to say to Harry, we didn't have the chance, but I'm saying, everybody was on deck before with the pitchers. Like, we need a pitcher. There was nobody who had a role specific.
Can you throw? Go, yeah. He'll get Richton to go around on that. He's ahead quickly 0-2. But you take his age off of that roster, and it drops to the youngest in the
drops in a hurry now
for sure. Outside 1-2 doesn't get him to chase.
It's a good split screen they had there, the pitcher and the batter. Right there.
That's Cole's new look this season. Yeah. Is this the debut, Cole? Liking it. We got a couple comments on the YouTube too. They're liking that. So Cole's doing a great job over there. 6'4", 245 for Mike DeLong, 36 years old. Outside corner, he thought he had him. So did a couple Barnstormers. 2-2 now. And I believe the first Barnstormer to wear number 50.
Yeah, I can't.
Don't quote me on
can't
that.
Recall.
2-2, 1 out in the inning after a nice catch from Owen Constantino tonight. Richstein protects, fouls it back.
Certainly around the plate. He's not here, they're up and down and all around. He's around the plate.
Mm-hmm. A lot of adrenaline probably here, getting his first look tonight. Couple of strikeouts for Richton tonight. He's also got a single. He's 1 for 3. Long look in for DeLong. Now he'll step off. Wait him out, Richton, with Zadunik waiting on deck and Garner in the hole. Akuta gets the sign. DeLong kicks and deals. An off-speed pitch, and that's fouled back. Barnstormers with a 9-run inning, and they now lead this one 10-6. Quite the turn from last week's 2-1 game that London went on to win.
Well, that just turned into a half inning. We were sort of coasting along with 2 hits and not threatening much, and all of a sudden the bottom fell out.
Long looking again. Kicks and deals with a 2-2 pitch, 1 out in the inning. And he'll hit him right in the hindquarters, and he'll get down to first. That one got away from him. So runner on for Zadunik, who hit a home run on Sunday in a 14-9 in Brantford.
That's new meaning to turning the other cheek on that
yes.
hit by pitch.
8th inning, you get on any way you can now. Zadunik straight away. Hit it right square, and that one knuckles out to Spencer Marcus, and he'll record the second out of the inning. Swinging on the first pitch, second out of the inning. DeLong now will face Champ Garner. Garner's 2 for 3 of the night. Couple of singles. And a star next to his name on a defensive play back in the second inning on a Sadler Goodwin shot.
It's a great play.
He just turned around and ran straight back to the fence and had to make a nice catch. Drops that one on the inside corner. A little bender there from DeLong.
It's got a really tight rotation on that slider. It's not breaking a lot, but it's breaking late.
Now going outside, Fukuda fakes down to first, 1-1.
But they might have to get him a bigger uniform. He's pulling.
Well, 6'4", 245.
He fills it up.
Yeah. Garner swings and misses, 1-2. Trying to get a look to the Barnstormers bullpen. There is some movement out there. I would believe Garrett Day probably getting ready to come in. It's not a safe situation as it stands at the moment. DeLong ahead in the counts. Top of 8s. And he just fends off a pitch on the outside corner.
It's a lefty, so that's either Moran or Pettipiece.
Okay. You can see that?
I can see a guy throwing with his left arm.
I'm going to take your word for it.
What?
We think it's Pettipiece, okay.
It's a lefty, for sure. We need some X-ray vision eyeglasses.
1-2, 2 outs in the inning. Runner on first on there with a hit by pitch, and he almost had another one. Champ Garner dances out of the way.
Should put the guys wise and tell them they could get us hold us on the chat line and let us know what's happening out there.
We need to provide somebody out there to relay the info for us. DeLong with a bender, and it's going to bend right into the back of Garner, and a couple of hit by pitches will get runners on.
Gill's wanting to see if the pitcher is ready. He's taking him out.
He's had some good movement tonight. We knew he'd come in here fired up. He hasn't had a whole lot of innings this year. He hasn't had much at all. So they will go to the bullpen, and DeLong, well, will he stay? Let's hold on here. Oh, yes, Pettipiece has been given the call. DeLong's going to...
He waved his hat out when he came out of the dugout.
So Eric Pettipiece, that left-hander, will come in from the bullpen. One of the busiest pitchers in the IBL. DeLong with a good debut for the Barnstormers. Had a couple pitches get away from him.
Getting a nice round of applause. I say the other 2 years here, I've never heard a Barnstormer fan hassle a Barnstormer player.
No.
They support every one of them. That's just great to see.
And if you're wearing the opposite jersey,
good luck.
They're gonna hassle you too. DeLong goes 2/3 of an inning, faces 4 batters, gets a couple of hit batsmen, and those are the 2 runners that are left on here. He records the 2 outs. DeLong's first innings as a Barnstormer. And Eric Pettipiece will now come in, the third pitcher, second out of the pen tonight for Gil Rondon. I mentioned Eric Pettipiece, one of the busiest, most appearances this season in the IBL. Pettipiece, .527. He's 1-1 on the season. 18 games. Pitched 27 in the 3rd innings. Even 16 earned runs. 16 earned runs, 9 walks, and 31 strikeouts.
He's one of our young guys that we were talking about. I think he's 21 or 22.
And that's a bloated ERA at .527, but that just... It's one of those innings he's had. He's had a couple of those outings where he's given up a couple of runs. And not really indicative of the way he's pitched this year.
No. He's coming off Tommy John. Came in here and didn't pitch, I think, till July 1st last year.
So 2 outs in the inning now. And the batter will be Toby Simmons, who's hit a 3-run home run tonight. That really blew the game open back in the 5th inning. They went on to score a couple more in the 6th. Off and running 6-1 before the Barnstormers' big 9-run bottom of 7. And that's where we're at right now, 10-6. And that's what Eric Pettipiece's job is, get in here and get him out. And stop any chance of a comeback for the majors here in the 8th. Pettipiece looks in, works quickly. Fakuta's got on the side. Morrison holds the runner on. And high, 1-1. Josh Niles waits on deck, the 3rd baseman. Pettipiece outside. Falls behind 2-1.
Little lull in the action there. Got quiet.
Yeah. We'll say that about the Barnstormer fans. There's moments in the game where they know something's...
Yeah.
It's a moment.
Heinz Ketchup. Anticipation.
And they let it breathe, and you could hear a pin drop. It gets real quiet. One of those moments. Pettipiece now dealing outside corner, 2-2. Got his sign. Deals to Simmons. Inside corner, gets him looking. 10th strikeout of the night for the Barnstormers. First for Pettipies. And the Barnstormers are out of the inning. That strikeout brought to you by Scott Curry, TD Wealth Financial Planner. Whether you're planning for retirement or starting a new business, Scott is here to help guide you every step of the way. Barnstormers got the sticks again. They've been hot in the bottom of the 8th at Fergie Jenkins Field.
Whether personal, agricultural, or commercial, Inyo Pest Advisors are here. Inyo. Bigger than bugs.
You know, sometimes keep going. I'd have been knocked down 1,000 times. Yeah, I traveled around 1,000 miles. Feeling so tired, but you know I can't stop now. Came way too far, won't throw in the towel. It ain't looking real good, but I won't give up. Pac said that I gotta keep my head up, so I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
Barnstormers TV live from Fergie Jenkins Field. Thanks for tuning in here tonight. Wherever you're watching, I know you're all over the place. I know a lot of Majors fans are watching. Watching from all over the world, from far and wide. Thank you for tuning in on the YouTube tonight, joining in the conversation. You're seeing a good one tonight. Majors got out to a 6-1 lead. Actually, the Barnstormers opened the scoring. They were up 1-0. And then the Majors scored 6 unanswered. They looked like they were running away with it before the Barnstormers said, hold up. We got a 9-run inning in our back pocket. Brought 13 batters to the plate. Itsuki Fukuda will lead off here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Say also that inning was a quick inning. They scored 9 runs in record time.
Yeah, it was probably the longest, deepest inning for the Barnstormers in their history. And there's a slow roller to short. That's going to be an error. And Kyle Maves, a little spin on it off the end of the bat. And it spun right out of the pocket of the mitts. So Fukuda's back on an error. Yoshinoda had a single. Back in that long 7th. Now he's going to turn to bunt. He's your cleanup batter. What a bunt! Right on the line into the runner. Nice play. Zadunik held on to the bag, and Oda with a sack bunt. A lot of things went right there for both sides.
It had to be a perfect throw, or it had to be outside of the running lane to first base, or it should have hit the runner.
He dropped that right on the cutout in front of the plate. Dolio, great play, got up.
Oh, yeah.
His throw took the first baseman to the baseline, but he still held on. And
yeah, Dolio is a great catcher, great receiver.
There's a handful of them here in the IBL, and they make a big, big difference for their teams. As Springer stays on the mound here tonight. Big, long lead for the Barnstormers, and it's going to get chopped into the left field hole. Fukuda had started, put on the brakes, and he'll only move to third. Sadler Goodwin with a 3-run home run last time up, this time with a single. He hit one hard back in the second, too. Good night for the shortstop. Braxton Haggett now the designated hitter for the Barnstormers. Braxton struck out in that long 7th inning. Braxton and Sillett the only ones with got a hit on the night tonight. Although Sillett came around to score after running out a drop third strike.
That was another unusual part of that inning. 4 strikeouts for 3 outs.
Braxton swings through the pitch from the lefty. 0-2 now. Long look in from Springer. He's ahead in the count with one out in the inning. Outside corner, doesn't get the call, 1-2. And a off-speed pitch on the outside gets him swinging. That's 11 strikeouts on the night for Majors pitching.
3 for Haggith. 3 strikeouts.
And Springer's got a couple of them. Now Trent Sillett, 1-2. We talked about Haggith without having a base hit tonight. He has come around to score.
Well, the situation here, I'm curious to see if Goodwin will break to second base for a rundown situation. See if they can score the run in that way. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Happened in the Jays game this afternoon. They attempted the steal of home.
I saw that part, yeah.
In the dirt, Sillett holds up the swing. 2-1 the count. 1-1 the count, sorry. 2 outs in the inning. Goodwin's at first. Fukuda's at third. Long look in from Springer. Over the top. Pop down the right field line. Sugi settles under it. He's got it. We're out of the inning. And we go to the top of the ninth now. Barnstormers with a big edge. 10-6. And we'll get back to it next with Barnstormers TV.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance?
Not today. Play ball.
At Great Lakes Gymnastics, it all starts with our state-of-the-art 12,000 square foot facility built to inspire movement, confidence, and growth. From preschool to recreational classes, our programs are safe, structured, and designed to help every child thrive. For athletes with big goals, our competitive team trains year-round with experienced coaches and competes across Ontario. Whether you're just getting started or aiming for the podium, Great Lakes Gymnastics is where greatness begins.
Attention business owners and marketers. Imagine your brand in front of a live, engaged audience, right here, right now. This space is the perfect opportunity to showcase your product, service, or message to viewers in real time. Whether you're looking to boost sales, build awareness, or grow your audience, we've got you covered. Don't wait. Secure your spot today.
Garrett Day into the game now. There you see his numbers across the board. 3.76 ERA, 14 in the third innings pitched, 9 strikeouts for Garrett. And he's one of the top closers in the IBL. He's got 5 saves on the year. This will not be a save situation, and you cannot pitch yourself into a save situation. But if he can get a quick inning here, get out of this with a 4-run lead. Gil Rondon is out talking with the umpires. See if there's any defensive moves he's making, or if it's just dinner plans.
Compared to 200.
Oh, yeah.
So top of 9 now. Last chance here for the Majors. Trailing by 4.
Dan was just showing me a stat there. 108 pitches tonight by Barnstormer pitchers. That's down considerably.
Very much so. And Garrett Day starts his night off with a strike. Josh Niles is the batter. Third baseman hits in that 8-hole. Ken Sugi waits on deck. Niles strokes one to short. Short hops on Goodwin. Long throw across the diamond. Sillett comes down and gets him on the chest.
Good play by Sillett. Ball was high and into the runner going up the line, and he was able to catch the ball, touch him on the chest, I think, as he was going by. The first out.
That is a nice play and great work by our camera team here. Crew doing an outstanding job tonight on Barnstormer TV. Sadler had to get that on the backhand and get it off quickly, and it sailed on him, and Sillett bails him out. Sugi now 0 for 3 of the night. And he's going to put one into right just over Morrison's head. He'll drop one in. His first hit of the night. And the Major is still alive. Fajardo will stride to the plate. He's on base 4 times now. 3 singles and a walk tonight. Fajardo, the shortstop, 1 out in the inning. And Day won't get credit for his strike there. Long look in. Chopped foul down the right side. Big bottom of 7th tonight for the Barnstormers. A 9-run inning. Made it 10-6. But the right part of the lineup here for the Majors, so they want to do some damage in the bottom of the 9th. And this time Fajardo is going to put a charge into it, and he puts it to the fence. Constantino got a piece of it, knocked it down, and they won't go much further than the base. Sugi gets to second. Fajardo on base for the 5th time tonight. A long single for him. And a couple runners on. He hit that hard. That just hung up there, Ed. We talked about this heavy air. We didn't think the ball would fly tonight. And that was one that actually got knocked down.
I think Constantino actually got a glove on it. It was hard to tell because it's really dark in that right field fence area, bullpen area.
Kyle Maves, the second baseman now, sitting into a couple of double plays. Well, nothing would make the Barnstormers happier than one right here. 1 out in the inning. And Garrett comes right to the plate, delivers a strike. 6'3", 153. Chatham Minor baseball product. Made up to his 18. Won the Fergie Jenkins Award for the most outstanding player in the CMBA Travel League in 2018. And a heck of a kid, a graduate of UCC The Pines.
And Wayne State University.
And Wayne State.
We got them both covered on that one.
Heck of a golfer, too. And doing well on the mound for the Barnstormers. 5 saves on the season. Not a save situation here. Couple of runners in scoring position. Down by 4. Inside, Maves checks the swing. It's 1-2.
When he's got the Day build, I know his dad, and his 2 uncles. They're all tall, slim, basketball type guys.
Guerin outside corner, chopped down the left field line. Stays alive, 1-2.
Bob, Bill, Ron, 3 brothers. Mother was also an outstanding athlete as a basketball player.
See, I was behind the 8 ball. Neither of my parents could do anything. Great parents, I'm telling you. I'm just saying. Not athletes.
You better back down on that.
I ended up at the booth, Ed. 1-2, top of 9 here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Barnstormers got a 3-game weekend in Brantford on Friday. Kitchener, Toronto on Saturday, Sunday here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Maves to shortstop. Good one, the flip to Morrison to 1, and he's safe. A fielder's choice. Barnstormer fans are ready to call it a night. Fajardo will move to, or rather Sugi will move to 3rd. Yeah, that was a close one.
They hit it a little harder, probably. Goodwin had to wait for the ball to get to him just ever so slightly.
So 2 outs now, top of 9. Big bat up, Eduardo Dolio. And he'll chop one down to third. Long run for Vasilenic. Big arm. Does he have enough? And he'll get him. And that'll do it. Vasilenic charges. And the Barnstormers with a big, big 7th inning will take this one by a final of 10-6. Well, what a game here tonight. Akatsuka will take the loss. Will take the win tonight. Great night for the Barnstormers, and they will certainly celebrate, deservedly so. Akatsuka improves to 4-4 on the season. Vitale will take the loss tonight.
And Chris, this will be the shortest game that you have done so far. I think it's 10.
Wow, look at that.
10:30.
Well, let's see this post-game interview. If it's about a 45-minute documentary, I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself. What a night for the Barnstormers. Owen Constantino hits a couple of home runs. Torn Vasilenic goes back-to-back with him. Sadler Goodwin hits a 3-run bomb in that big inning. And this all comes after Toby Simmons did a 3-run home run for the London Majors to take them to a big lead here. And the Barnstormers came storming back. That's what they do. And they win tonight by a final of 10-6. That was an entertaining game, Ed. And
sure
it moved
was.
Pretty quickly. 13 runners to bat in that bottom of the 7th inning. And they go off with it with a 10-6 win. Let's go downstairs to Tanner now on the player of the game.
Owen Constantino. His 3rd and 4th homer of the year tonight. Owen, you kicked off that 7th inning in such a big way. It led to a franchise record 9 runs for the CK Barnstormers. How did it feel coming to the dugout, getting the boys stoked for that 7th?
Yeah, just trying to get something going, and it paid off. And we ended up putting up a 9 spot, which is pretty impressive. So, yeah.
Down 6-1 earlier on in the game. That 7th really turned things around. You boys got a big weekend. Going to be heading on the road back here again on Saturday. How's the clubhouse feeling as we're staring down this last stretch of the regular season?
I mean, we're feeling pretty good. We're ready to win some more games and finish off the year strong. So that's our goal, and hopefully we can make it happen.
I got one more question for you, Owen, because you got a couple new faces over there in the clubhouse. How is it feeling getting those new boys acclimated to the team?
Oh, it's great. It's nice to have the new guys in here, and they're going to help us out on this last little stretch. So it's nice to have them.
2-homer game for our boy, Owen Constantino. Let's hear it, Barnstormer fans.
Everybody here at the Diamond, and I think everybody watching at home, was all kind of keeping an eye on Torn Vasilenic there in the background. We all saw it coming, but what a night for Owen Constantino. Hits a home run in the 3rd inning, and then the 7th inning leads off with a home run. They were trailing 6-1 at that point, made it 6-2, and then Torn Vasilenic falls it up, who just dumped the bucket on him, falls it up, makes it 6-3. And then the Barnstormers just started rolling at that point, Ed. We had Harry Muir, the general manager, up here in the box, and he was pretty happy with what he saw. Barnstormers will be in action over the next 5 games. There you see it. Brantford on the road on Friday night, and then a couple at home. We'll have those games for you Saturday and Sunday. Mike Rennie will be here in the booth, the Kitchener and the Toronto games, and then a couple of games on the road next week. Barnstormers with that new look, Ed. We saw one of the new pitchers tonight, Mike DeLong, got into the game tonight, got it 2/3 of an innings.
Looked pretty much at home.
Yep.
And looks like he's been there before in that situation.
And that's exactly why they got him. Mitsuki Akatsuka will take the win tonight. Ryan Vitale will take the loss. And the Barnstormers get a big 9-run inning. Let's get out of here with the Barnstormers win tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Barnstormers TV is presented by Kent Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.